Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons and Donatello is the best Ninja Turtle. I'm Critty, the DM, and I'm joined by.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I play Ace.
I am Adrian. I play Despair.
I'm Acadius, and I play Jace.
I'm Blackchain, and I play Zephyr.
I like how you guys switch between saying your real name or your screen name, like every
I've never
episode.
spoken my real name.
Oh my god, you haven't? Have you?
Not on stream, no.
Dang, bro, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, you guys remember where we left off?
I wasn't here, so that means one of you guys.
Yeah, that's on
A
anybody.
good
but Jace.
portion of it was us planning whether or not it's capable for us to, or whether it's possible for us to infiltrate Dugar's home.
Yes, it was a lot.
And the other half was explaining why we needed to do that.
Ace was interrogated for most of the part.
Oh no.
Very true. It was
Jace was just in his maid's costume and sweeping the floor for Persephone.
True that. Okay. And I believe as
cosplay angel.
Wait, what?
Cosplay deviant, sir.
My wonderful cosplay deviant.
I show voluptuous amounts of booty.
Yeah, that's what you need. If you don't, it's not amazing. Anyway,
stop! I'm getting thirsty.
I think that y'all left off at the docks, right? You guys went did a little bit of shopping and then talked to Morin and Ferris for a little bit, I believe. I think. Is that where you guys left off, or did you go somewhere else?
He went there, and then he was going back to the inn.
Oh, you guys went back to the inn. It is still daytime, though, I believe.
We bought harpoons as well for the beast, the sea beast.
Need to buy that poon.
Yeah, gotta get it.
Well, we already got the harpoons. It's just Despair is now the harpoon gun. So.
Yeah, and it's probably only about like 6-7 p.m. in game time. If there was anything else you guys want for the day, or did you guys want to just move to the next day, or what's up?
We could explain to Jace our plan.
That's true. Jace, would probably be, I would assume, at the inn or the guild, wherever him and Persephone were.
Yeah.
So you guys want to go talk to Jace?
Yeah.
Hello.
You turn up and it's basically a familiar sight. He's not really working this time. They're both kind of just sitting and laughing it up, having a chat at a table. Persephone's sipping a coffee and they're just chatting as you enter.
Jace waves to everybody.
Ace raises an eyebrow, very unsure-like.
Despair waves, and she's like, "Hey, Jace, we need to talk to you for a minute."
Zephyr winks.
Jace will nod to you guys, and then he looks to Persephone. Says, I will be back shortly.
No problem. Take your time. I've got stuff to do around here anyway. And she just kind of stands up and goes behind her desk as you head off to talk to your boys.
What's up, boys?
We would probably be in the one of the inn rooms. And then Despair is going to say, "Jace, do you know any other languages I have in common?"
Elven.
Okay, perfect.
That does seem to be the common trend among us.
Well, yeah. It is the language of love.
Yeah. Take it away, Zephyr. Despair says.
Zephyr sits down, puts his hands together like a dude preparing a lecture. And he's just like, we learned some things, some information about Ace, our gentleman color here.
Ace actually just sort of backs up a little and crosses his arms and tries to avoid all eye contact.
And this information pertained to why he's eclectic toward why he's nervous about entering Dugar's home and carrying out this act of justice.
Oh, do tell.
Ace, would you care to explain to him what you explained to us? And we're speaking this in Elvish at this point.
In Elvish, he will say, I may have fucked up. You see, I work for Dugar. So helping Despair's friend is a little difficult in my position. However, everybody here seems to want to get together and take him out. As nervous as it makes me, I am not against the idea.
Well, if you work for Dugar, and you clearly don't need to work for him anymore if you're going to be working here at the guild.
It's not that simple. I wish it was that simple. He's gonna go quiet for.
I would like to point out that we do not necessarily need to kill him. Blackmail may work just as well. The trick is, what do we blackmail him with? And if not, do we kill him or do we bodily injure him? We've been expressly forbidden by his daughter to kill him, but that could be just the fear that's been instilled into her.
I would be more comfortable if we kill him. Blackmailing him while he has blackmail on me would not be the best option. Sorry.
I tend to agree, as people in positions of power, such as him, do not respond well to blackmail. They usually take you out before they can be taken out themselves, or exposed.
Oh, it sounds like we have a plan.
Well, it's more along the lines of we've run out of other options.
We just have to be careful. Despair's friend could be in danger if we do something wrong. Also, if we were to mess up, then there's a possibility that my brother's life would be in danger.
Yes.
Your brother's life.
His
Yes.
brother is, if I may, is hostage.
With Dugar?
Dugar has been holding him for some time and extorting poor Ace here out of his riches. It's been an extortion racket.
All the more reason to kill him.
I'm glad that you're still on board with this.
Jace just punches his fist into his other palm.
This is why I appreciate all of you. You have a tendency toward heading toward the results rather than the considerations and possibilities.
Stab nobles first, ask questions later.
My kind of man. So, I have a few concepts that I could run by you, but if you have any input you'd like to say, please speak now.
We were.
I turn to you, Despair, and I say, if you have anything, I can relay it in Elvish.
So
'Cause
we were going to,
Celestial.
yeah, we were going to defeat the sea monster in order for Ace to get enough money so he can actually speak to Dugar and figure out the layout of the place and possibly
Agreed.
find the location of his brother.
This would allow us time to perform some reconnaissance. It would afford us how much? Sorry, DM. How much was the sea creature? 4,000.
Yeah.
If it pays 4,000, and if we're all willing to split this 4 equal ways, then we could simply push together and make 500 extra to go on top of Zephyr's weekly payment of 500. That should, if we're lucky, impress Dugar and offer him an audience, which would give us ample opportunity to recon the area.
Aces. You said Zephyrs.
Sorry.
Hey, his Elvish needs work. All
I
right,
apologize. Where did I say it? Sorry.
You'll see it later. Don't worry.
Fuck.
Because Jace's intelligence is an 8, he's now very confused. He's like, wait, I thought Ace's brother.
If I may, I would just like to point out that Zephyr is a name that Kitty has used in other games, so I'm kind of screwing with it.
That's fair.
So yeah, hence my confusion. Anyway, back to the task at hand.
My fault.
I have several concepts for infiltration, but what I would like most before we act on anything is consider how we're going to kill this sea creature. That is the most present issue.
We were going to bring it to land somehow. We were going to use the harpoons.
I don't believe that method will work as we previously considered, as it worked on the other creature. This one seems to be a deep sea creature. It's further out, harder to trick. I do, however, I would like to point out, yes, exactly. I would like to point out that the bracelets we have allow us to breathe water as if it were air. I
shall stab it underwater.
I think we should consider the fact that we will be slower underwater. It will be darker. So light spells and such would be an incredible boon. I recommend if anyone has, well, so can I, but it's quite dark. It's not dim light, it's complete darkness.
Yeah, and the bracelets give you the ability to breathe underwater. You still function like you're underwater. Like,
yeah, slow as fuck.
Yeah.
Magic may be to our advantage, as it will be a faster and easier to strike weapon in our arsenal. Thankfully, I've happened across a spell of mine that I have just come in contact with, and my fingers spark with eldritch energy. I have quite a bit of distance on it as well, which will help. But we need to see the creature first, so who here can cast light? I myself have it.
You bought a book on the creature.
I did, yes, and I was reading it last night, which you did not send me information on.
I thought you read the Feywilds book, because you got two. I thought you read the Feywilds book.
No, I read the creature book.
Shit.
If we need to, I can send Yurik down before we head out. That way he can get a good look at what we're dealing with and where it is and
the
what it's
bird.
doing. Yeah, I can turn it into an octopus.
I can tell you what's in the book because it gives you some pretty good detail.
Please.
You know what the creature is by the deduction from the other people that were fighting it, the other fishermen observing and everything. They were able to go through the books of past sea monsters and kind of figure out what it was. It is an aboleth. It is a big ass nigga. He's like a serpent, I guess, is the best way to put it. He's like a giant eel who looks to have no eyes. Like his eyes are baby tiny, but he's got a giant circular mouth in the front of him, like an angry penis. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Did you say an aboleth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're fighting something that's telepathic. That's terrifying. Okay. All right. Yeah, that changes my options somewhat. Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Okay, now that you've mentioned that, I have a few things I'd like to address. Do I know everything that I know about aboleths?
Yeah.
Because of this book? Okay, good. I have a few concerns. It has the ability to attack multiple times in a row, quite excessively quick. The biggest issue, to my knowledge, is its ability to enslave a target psychically. If it were to do that to Despair, we may have a great deal of issue, and it can do this 3 times in one day. There are only 4 of us. If we all fail, it will be a disaster.
Does it have to do it telepathically? Is it do we need to like maybe wear earwax on our ears?
Wisdom
Unfortunately,
saving
it is a well, I mean, yeah. If you're looking for the actual stats, it's a wisdom saving throw. I don't remember the DC, but
Oh, thank God it's not a
it's
charisma
a
save.
charm spell, which is not good. Is anyone here unfamiliar with the wild, i.e., less wise?
I am kind of.
Does anyone have low wisdom?
Jace
I have low
reluctantly
wisdom.
lifts his hand.
Well, I don't have low wisdom. It's just a 10. Or an
Once
11.
again,
I'm
At
pretty
times
and
it-
I stab things.
at times, regardless of your personal knowledge and wisdom, it can still, if we're unlucky, probe into your mind and control your body without issue.
Maybe somebody in the town has a magical item that would be able to protect us.
I do think that that's a long shot. Honestly, I don't really think we have enough money for something like that. However, I know that some of us have magical abilities. I know that I'm probably the only one that has extensive amounts, but is there anyone here that is able to dispel magic or
Yes,
stop charm spells?
by killing the beast.
Yes, that is one way to do it. That is absolutely one way to do it. But if we're unlucky and we are enslaved telepathically, it lasts until it dies.
Oh boy.
We won't be able to react at all. We'll be completely under its control, and no reactions will be quick enough after that. I.e., we can't take reactions.
Maybe we should take on a different type of job until we're stronger to.
There is one saving grace. If one of us has a weak strike, we could attack each other to lessen the charm. It should break the telepathic bond by inflicting pain to another person. I.e., if you take
What?
damage, the charm can end. You
I
can
didn't
repeat
even
the
know
saving
that.
throw. You
Interesting.
didn't know that?
I mean, yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what I
Take
thought.
me for.
So basically, if somebody gets mind controlled, punch them in the face.
Yes, but preferably with as little damage as possible.
I shall
I know
use
that
the back
with
of my
despair,
hat.
that will be difficult.
You would kill somebody.
Please don't trip us.
I will not
I
trip
don't
you
want to
underwater.
die.
I can make you that promise.
I do have a couple of spells that I would prepare for this event. One of which would give us a bit of an advantage when striking it. I call it's a bolt of guiding energy.
A guiding bolt of sorts.
Yes, exactly. I also have the ability to enhance your skills, i.e., enhanceability.
I have an ability
But
that will take your wounds and cure them. I call it cure wounds.
I call it the Healy touch.
The good touch.
In any
no.
Oh god! Oh
It
god!
keeps me out of prison.
That's what we're
Jesus
calling it.
Christ.
That's canon.
Okay then.
I mean, that's what my 10 wounds is called, I would imagine. The good
Yeah,
touch.
I'm calling it that from now on. If it's not,
I will call it that from now on. That's what it is.
That's
It's not my-
glorious. I love
It's not
it.
my good touch pool.
Fucking love it. But yes, that aside, I think that we should be all right fighting it if we're careful.
Alright. How do we
I say
get
I
out there?
believe thrusting weapons may still work underwater.
Yes.
Thrusting?
Would my
As
great
Jace
axe
Googles this.
would my great axe be able to pierce this thing?
I don't believe so. I think great axes are specifically slashing.
I honestly
Oh,
don't have any idea as
no.
to how effective weapons are underwater. This is why I said
Um,
magic would be a boon.
I only
But
have
unfortunately, I only have
thaumaturgy.
fluffy magic.
Aha. Because I thought there was something in there about it.
I can
making
blind
a
it.
melee weapon attack that does not have a swimming when a creature does not have a swimming speed has disadvantage on attack rolls unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Oh.
Because they are piercing weapons and they are aerodynamic enough to be thrusted.
Oh, so your weapon actually would work.
It would.
Oh, lovely.
I
That's
would need a new weapon then in order for that
Don't
to
you have
work.
I
a
have a
harpoon?
spear.
What about the harpoons?
The harpoons
The
would be a great use for
What kind of weapon is a
strong
spear?
of us.
Ranged attacks automatically miss.
A spear is a stabbing weapon.
I know, but
Piercing.
I mean, like, is it martial or like is am I
That
proficient as it?
like a regular spear or
Uh,
like
I'm just
should be
asking if
proficient.
yeah, okay.
you are proficient with either. You have martial and regular weapon.
Which
Alright.
basically means you have all weapons.
Yes, exactly. Unless there's like exotic weapons in this, and I don't know if there is.
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I don't know. That's
I
up to
think, I
Cody.
think the only other exception is firearms, but obviously we don't have any of those.
Yeah, I do have
So-
gunpowder, but it's not very useful underwater.
So what is the spears like?
It's a
Damage.
D6,
A D6.
I
Okay.
believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh no, a spear is a D8. Javelins are D6s.
Okay. I will
Okay.
definitely use a spear then. So
I only have one spear, so I can give that to you.
yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess halberd was not on that list, and halberd is kind of it does kind of have a blade on the end. So
Critty.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. After your answer, Jace.
would the halberd be considered the same as a spear for avoiding?
I would say yes. The halberd has a spear tip on it. Isn't that kind of the defining?
It's basically a spear with an axe head on the end. That's
Yeah,
basically what
fuck
a
it.
halberd is.
I'll
Okay.
just have it work as a spear. It has a thing on the end. If it,
Okay.
yeah, fuck it.
I just wanted to make sure because if that's the case, then I have a spear that I can give to Despair.
That's fine with me.
Awesome.
To be honest,
So-
I didn't expect y'all to fight this thing underwater at all, but
I think we
I'm
can
interested
manage
to see how
if
it
we're
goes.
lucky. If we're just a little lucky.
Fair enough.
I do have a question for you though.
Yes.
I would like to make a. Oh fuck! What was I gonna ask? Shit! Fuck! I hate when this happens. Oh god. Oh right. Yeah. I have it. I have now. Now the. I guess I'd probably have to make like an Arcana check or something for this, but would I know if casting spells underwater would that require verbal components? Would I know if it would work underwater? With
I
the
would
breathing
say
on?
because you have the thing that lets you breathe. I'll say that's fine.
Oh, okay. Good.
If-
Whew.
That was kind of what I intended with it. Yeah,
All right, cool. That is awesome.
All right, so we should probably go get some potions before we do this.
I'm sorry. I can totally see Zephyr right now underwater just.
That's what I was worried about. Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about.
that's mad funny. That wasn't well done.
Every time you attack it, Zephyr, you have to say it like that.
Yes.
Critty,
Blood.
Critty, you have to give Chase like inspiration now. That was fucking glorious.
It was funny as fuck. I'm stingy with my inspiration, but that was funny. You guys want to go buy a health potion?
I will also ask, are harpoons good underwater? Since we bought a bunch of harpoons.
If you're stabbing with them, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're designed to work in water.
Yeah.
That's why it's called
Yeah.
a harpoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are
It's a
mythical
check, though.
mythical sand harpoons. They only work.
Sure.
I'm dying. Okay.
The nearest place that would likely sell potions is at the herbalist in the Therum district.
Well, let us go
Okay.
to get
All
some
right.
feel-good potions.
You walk into a quaint, fancy-looking but modest little building, and you can kind of smell it just from the outside. And as you walk in, you see a multitude of incense burning and candles lit and everything. And there seems to be like a florist area where there's nice flowers kind of planted everywhere. And then you see a woman working with a mortar and pestle at the desk, and she looks up as you enter. Hello.
Hi, we're here to buy some potions.
Healing potions, I would assume.
Yes.
Well, you're in luck. And she kind of pulls with one hand. She puts her fingers on the neck of the 3 healing potion bottles and puts them on the desk. They're 50 gold apiece. How many are you looking to buy?
Ace is gonna look back at the others.
I do not need one.
I'm broke, but I'm a healer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This time, that
Despair-
is the actual player's handbook price for once. By the way,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is actually how much they cost.
I do have 100 gold, so I could get like 2 if needed.
I have 70 something. I can get 1 at least.
I also have 132. I don't need one, but I can purchase one.
Ace will put down 50 gold.
Just one for the lot of you.
Looks at the others.
I've got magic fingers, madam.
She kind of giggles and shakes her head.
Despair
Now she takes
will,
one full step back.
Despair will give 50 gold, so
2 of them then. Anything else for you?
I don't need anything.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Well, easy enough. And she kind of shovels the 100 gold behind a bag that she has at the desk and only takes one of the potions back and puts it there. Well, have a good one. Thank you for your service. Fucking business.
Oh, it is a service because I
Thank you
was.
for your service. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm terrified of fighting this aboleth.
I'm terrified for you guys. You're fighting it underwater.
It's scary. Like just alone, it's scary.
This is not how I
Perhaps-
thought you guys were gonna go at it. but-
Perhaps each of us should just hold one of the bracelets, and if it does surface, we can fight it there, and if we fall, we can apply the bracelet to not drown underwater.
Oh, so fight it on a ship.
Yes.
We can start on the ship, sure. I would say keep the bracelet handy.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm perfectly fine with either scenario. I just wanted to be prepared for fighting in the water.
Yes. I'd rather not get my jacket wet, but I will if it means killing a monster.
If we are fighting the aboleth, the jacket will be the least of your worries.
Shall we go off then?
Is it still the same?
It's none of my business, but did you say that you're off to fight an aboleth?
That's correct.
Yes.
yeah.
She kind of just looks at all of you with a look of horror. That thing in the water is an aboleth,
That's correct.
and you 4, and she kind of looks you up and down, are gonna fight it in
No,
the
ma'am.
water.
We're going to kill it in the water.
She kind of jolts back a little bit. Well, I wish you luck.
Despair gives her a look and she just asks, "Do you have anything that could aid us in that sort of regard?"
She shakes her head pretty fervently. Not
Words
that I
from God.
wouldn't- what I've heard is aboleths. I'm no scholar myself, but they get into your brain and control what you do. And I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything I could do or suggest to help with that.
Yeah.
I'm but a simple herbalist. It would take some sort of arcanery that I would have no idea about.
Do you know anyone
I'm just going to stab it.
knows about arcane?
Off the top of my head, there's not many mages, not in this city, but I think
Jace points at Zephyr.
I mean, yeah, there's Zephyr, but
I think there's a miscommunication there. I am not an arcanist. I have been given these powers by my goddess.
Poor
Not-
Jace and his 8 wisdom.
Yeah, 8 intelligence.
It is a gift from my goddess, not of my own making. I am not an arcanist. Anyway.
oh shit. I just realized I'm missing something in my notes while I was scrolling up to look. What the hell is the goddamn oh, never mind, I found it. Okay. I remember. She looks up at you while she's like kind of thinking. The only mage that I know, at least here in Veloria, off the top of my head, is the flamboyant playman, Aloran, I
Oh,
believe. knows something about arcanery. I don't think he's any sort of anything beyond like show magic, but you know, he studied for a little bit.
That might be the only chance we got.
Is there
Well,
anyone out
again-
of town?
I've lived in town my whole life, sweetheart.
Alright.
How is the flamboyant man going to help us in water?
He's
Hey,
the
you-
gentleman that
Doesn't water
ran
put
the
fire
play.
out?
There is a silver lining, everyone.
That was amazing. Holy shit.
There is a silver lining, everyone.
What would that be?
Well, actually, it involves you and I. We're both half-elves. Charms don't work as well against us.
Oh. That is right.
That is the only silver lining that I have, though. Unfortunately,
forgot
this
about
is a
that.
terrifying scenario.
Well. Alright.
Audience, for anyone that doesn't know, half-elves, because of their Fey ancestry, get advantage against charms and cannot be magically put to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also the first thing that you forget when you play one.
Yep, exactly. Alright, there's a place that I want to go before we leave. Is there do any of you need to go to buy some armor?
I wish I could afford it, but
I just beat my chest. I have my armor.
Despair beats her not really naked chest anymore.
Oh,
she'll
please.
just say-
No.
you bang your tits. Yeah. Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, but yeah, she does that.
That'll keep you afloat, madam.
Boy,
The herbalist kind of slowly puts her head back down to her mortar and pestle and just goes
But
back
yeah,
to work.
Jace, you can also notice that Despair's actually wearing clothes. Also, audience, I haven't figured
yeah?
out an outfit yet for Despair, so I am sorry about that. I don't know what kind of shit she wears.
Unforgivable.
if
Right.
I recall, you only really have the common traveler's clothes and
Yeah, the
the
common
elegant
clothes.
dress. So unless you're wearing that beautiful dress,
That's gonna be hard to swim in.
Yeah, no, I'm
True.
wearing my common clothes, but I'll probably take them off when I need to go swimming.
Yeah, probably fair. Alright, Ace is gonna walk out of the store and try to search for like a place where he can buy armor.
All right. The nearest one, since you're already in the Therum district, is another sort of nearby armory, or I guess blacksmith would be more accurate.
Oh, and also on the way he's gonna try to pickpocket somebody.
No, fair enough. Like at the shop or just somewhere
In front
else.
of
Yeah.
everyone?
Yeah, just along the way, just sort of in the crowd.
I just thought of something amazing.
What?
I don't want to tell you because it would destroy your aboleth.
There's. Never mind. What is it?
All right, for everyone that, I mean, I don't. Would I know? Like I said before, do I know everything that I know about aboleths in this
The
book?
book is pretty detailed.
I know they speak deep speech, and I can get proficiency with that for 10 minutes. I can command it to shore. If it fails the wisdom throw, that's
How the hell are you gonna
only thing I
command-
can
oh,
do.
sh-
That's
don't you
the
just have
only thing I can
suggest?
think of. I mean, I could suggest it, yes, and it would last for 8 hours.
Suggest isn't like a mind control though. Will he do it?
It's only one command.
It is a charm ability, so
Fuck.
if the aboleth is immune to or gets any sort of bonuses against that, he would.
I
But
think it better be. Hold up.
I don't
Suggestion
think
is
it
one of the
does.
strongest first level spells available. Sorry, second level enchantments
it.
available. Or is it first level? No, it is second level, yeah.
If a creature communicates telepathically with the aboleth learns the creature's greatest desires.
Yes.
If
So there is a
aboleths-
downside if it fails.
so would he learn that you desire Jace?
Basically.
Absolutely. But that's not his greatest desire. It's pretty high up there, though.
Um,
That Jace booty.
that doesn't just from my thing. I planned to have you. I figured you guys were gonna lure it to shore. That's just not how I thought you were gonna do it.
I'm just hoping this will succeed.
But yeah.
Now,
no,
I
that
only
does-
need a few seconds of deep speech, so that should work. I have 10 minutes of it, so I can try command if that fails. But again, command only works for 1 round. I can at least keep it from attacking you for 1 round.
Is that your roll for your?
Stealth.
Okay, let me see the.
Oh,
Slug.
sneaky. +5, Jesus. Rogues. Oh,
shit.
that's bad. Crit fail.
I get like
Well.
nothing.
You put your hand down the back of his pants.
I get lint.
You went in the wrong pocket, yeah.
Yeah, as you walk up, you're able to kind of blend in, walking next to this upscale couple. But as soon as you start kind of fondling them, they immediately like lurch. Excuse me,
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump into you. Gotta
bump
continue
into
on.
me. Look at you from the other part of town, and they just kind of start walking faster.
I got
Oh.
away.
Sorry, I just read something about suggestion. There is one thing that I need to mention. The course of action has to be made to sound reasonable. It has to be something that they might consider doing.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
So I can't just say go to shore. They wouldn't necessarily do that. But if I say go to shore, you don't want to be struck from behind, they might do it.
Right. Noted.
That's the kind of thing that it can
Go
do.
to the
It's
shallows
limited,
for
but
food.
it is powerful.
Go to the shallows for food.
Well, it's already eating us. Why would it do that?
That's fair.
So you have to think very carefully about what you're going to say, and you only get a couple of sentences.
Okay. Were you guys? Oh, you're going to the fucking blacksmith. That's right.
Jace,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
walk up, and you see a pretty uncharacteristically rustic building that doesn't even have like a sign that entitles the establishment like every other place in the Therum district. It's just an engraved piece of wood with two swords crossing, with a pretty hefty dwarven man hammering a red hot sword as you approach. What is it?
I'm just curious if you're selling any light armor.
Am I selling any light armor? And he kind of looks behind him, and there's a bunch of shit, light armor included.
What would be the cheapest thing you own?
Cheapest piece of light armor, leather, padded armor. He's not even looking up from his sword as he's just still hammering at it.
Do I know how much it would be?
Leather is gonna run you about 10 gold pieces. Padded 5. And if you want to go really fancy, I've got studded leather. It's gonna cost about 45.
45.
I can give you the money, Ace.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. I don't care.
Okay. Studded armor. The studded leather would be probably best to raise my AC because it's bad. Okay, he's got 21 gold, so he's gonna borrow 24 from you.
What's 24 minus 53? I can't pull up a calculator because I'm recording.
Shit.
24 divided by 53. That'd
Divided
be
by
Minus.
or sorry, minus. That would be
29.
30. Yeah.
Hey guys, a little news on that that concept. That plan is out. Languages are not a skill or a tool.
Oh, you're fucked.
So that is down.
Damn.
That's one powerful weapon gone.
How much is the studded armor going to raise my AC? Or is it?
What do you
something
have
like-
right now?
I have 14.
No, I
With
mean like
leather.
what armor are you wearing?
Oh, just leather.
Just leather? I think it
Just leather.
adds 2.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Hang on.
It's
Leather
12
armor.
plus dex.
It adds 1.
It's better than 14.
I mean, it's definitely better. But
You
it's
can
also
You
costly.
can also sell him your leather armor.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do
Yeah,
that.
trade it in.
So if I'm gonna put my leather armor on the desk and say, how much will this run me to sell to you?
He glances up for like a minute and just kind of puts his grumpy scowl back towards the sword. I've got no need to buy another pair of another set of leather armor. What do you think I'm running here?
I lean forward and I say, well, surely you can use it for strips and scrap. Every blacksmith needs extra.
Oh yes, I'm really, really in debt of strips and straps. That's really what I need right now. And he just kind of rolls his eyes.
My good sir, and I step forward. Surely
Oh,
you
God.
see the business potential here. Consider how many people will come back to buy more and more from your shop if they can trade in their old armors. Imagine the amount of money you could gain from such a venture.
Oh, look at you in your books. What are you, an economics professor or something? Peace off.
Peace
Damn.
off.
I tried.
Peace,
Yes.
Peace off, man. You bloody.
I tried.
Ace will be like, all right then, and he's gonna take his leather and walk up with it.
Just no. Despair is going to give you the gold. Like she's just gonna give it. She doesn't care. Take a set of
Okay.
leather.
Oh yeah. He assumed that you would have done that. I already bought it. I thought you already
Oh,
did that.
I thought he was leaving like without the armor. I'm just like, what?
Oh no.
He took the armor.
got-
He just didn't get any money back for the leather.
Yeah, so I got 0 buttons, but that's fine.
Still an idea, though. I tried so hard.
All right. Well,
He's just kind of a douche. He wasn't really.
Yeah, can't persuade
yeah.
yourself around everyone.
all right. So I guess I'm set to go.
I have 24 gold left. At
If
least.
we're gonna, it'd probably be best to take a long rest before we do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, these guys are fucking huge.
Before we, I guess we're going back to the inn.
Yeah.
Before Jace, not Jace. This is confusing. Before Ace goes to bed, he's going to use Find Familiar to change Yurik into an octopus instead of a bird.
Can octopus breathe air?
I'll put him in a bowl.
Octopi?
On
He
top
can
of
hang out.
these.
He can hang out in
Actually-
the bathtub.
Actually, hold on 1 second.
We'll just change him tomorrow when we're on the ship.
I was just thinking I had to use a spell slot to do this.
Oh.
You keep him with
go to
Nim.
the
man.
docks,
Go to.
docks, drop him off, and just say, "Hey, bud, I'll be back tomorrow."
I could
I'm going
totally
to-
do that.
I'm going to just play with the dogs for a little while.
Okay, I think I'll do.
Okay.
I think I'll do what Jace is suggesting. I'll just do it out at the port, like the docks, and then drop him in the water and be like, "Stay."
He just kind of starts swimming around super fast, kind of getting used to his additional legs. But he looks like he's staying in the same area for you.
All right, and because of the color coordination, he's like a black and gray octopus instead of like a normal color.
Gotcha.
Alright, and he's gonna go back to the inn and then sleep.
All right, everyone else sleeping? Anything else of the day?
I would like to train the dogs to attack on command.
Swim
Alright, let me-
and
let me
attack
see
in the
the-
water.
Aminal Hammerling.
Sure thing. Oh, that's a +3. Okay. Please, oh please, oh please. 13. That's for Ruvik.
Okay, he seems maybe slightly more obedient than the last time you tried to teach him, but
Cool.
he still spends most of his time being a wild dog and doesn't really successfully follow the commands, but it looks like he's at least trying now.
Cool. That's better than what I expected.
Okay. Anyone else before sleeps?
Despair sitting in her bed, and she's just staring at her axe, like, I'm so ready to cut this thing. And then she goes to bed.
Okay. Each one of you has a relatively long sleep, but mildly troubled ones. Just you guys have a lot on your plate. Maybe some not very vivid nightmares came about, whether it's about Dugar or the Aboleth, or just how much you guys have to deal with right now. You slept through the night, but it was a troubled sleep. But you're able to wake up in the morning with no problem.
Time for breakfast.
Except
Yep.
Jace, he was just dreaming about stabbing things.
Yes. It's something I had a bad dream and like this monster attacked me and I'm like, aha, and stab it. There are no bad dreams when I stab you.
Well,
Okay.
I love how simple he is.
How do you guys want to spend your morning?
Despair's just gonna
Breakfast.
go and eat breakfast. Gonna be
I'm sorry.
toast and jam.
Jace goes downstairs for breakfast.
Breakfast!
Ace will follow.
And Zephyr?
Zephyr had a very troubled sleep. He's thinking carefully about how he wants to approach this as he rereads the book over and over. And after a short time, he comes down.
Did you read your book on the Feywilds yet?
I would have probably continued reading that after playing with the dogs. We had like an evening, right?
Okay. Yeah, you had time. Because you guys, I mean, you turned in pretty early. And the only reason I'm pushing it is because that's the book I thought you read, so that's the one that I wrote something about.
It's the one that I
So-
wanted to read, but the other one is the one that I needed to read.
So I'm going to read you what you learned about the Feywilds.
Oh,
real
hell
quick
yeah,
while you guys
please.
are
Absolutely.
breakfasting. Okay, so the book is
Story
called...
time.
Breakfast.
The book is called Memoir of the Fated Feywilds. It's a book researched and authored by one sole explorer who sought answers of the mysterious lands. So he ventured there himself. It's written in a very stream of consciousness manner. And it kind of makes parts of it a little bit difficult to decipher, but it makes it also very organic in nature. And it kind of feels like the author is constantly in wonder when he's writing about it. The grammar and structure is proper, he's clearly an author, but you kind of get the sense that the author is somewhat unstable or deranged by the way that he writes, because it doesn't come off as like scientific, like a research document, but more as like just some verbose, crazy guy who
Very
is
poetic and
describing-
overblown, yeah.
mystical lands that he dreamed about, but somehow that it's accurate. It still feels like he was there. A couple of the quotes that stick in your brain the most from the book. One of them is, "Arcanery has a very different feeling here. When casting or even simply imagining spells, I could feel them swelling within. It was connected with my magic in an indescribable way." Another one is, "Even the greatest utopia has a shadow. The Fey dark made my body cold and numb as I drew near. I couldn't venture in. Even looking into the dark blacks and purples and the evil roots and branches brought a deep pain to the pit of my stomach." Another one says, "The folk live on the land, and the land is gracious. There is an established society, yet they function with empathy, not wrath." And yeah, that's the basics of what you've gotten so far from your book about the Feywilds. I'll read you like
Cool.
more later.
I'll definitely read more of that later.
Anyone else do anything other than eating breakfast, or y'all just chowing down?
Nope, just chowing down. Ready to get some fish later.
All right.
I'm so nervous, and I'm reading everything over and over just to make sure I haven't
Overlooked anything?
overlooked something. Yeah, there's so many
Hmm.
things.
Don't worry, Zephyr, I'll be there. And I just kind of slap you really hard in the shoulder.
For once, he doesn't react.
Ooh.
He seems genuinely perturbed.
That's fine, I don't catch it anyway.
Insight's like 3. Yeah.
What y'all want to do?
To the
Shall we go
docks
find a
next?
boat?
Yeah.
I suppose
so,
we should.
Y'all gonna head to the docks and I guess talk to your boys Ferris and Morin?
I also assume at some point we distribute the bracelets?
Yes.
Each... Okay.
I was really hoping you guys would forget. But anyway,
No.
yeah, you pull up to the docks, and they're as dreary and empty as they have been since the arrival of the monsters. And as per usual, there's almost nobody in a boat, nobody on the water, and barely anybody even on the docks, except for Ferris and Morin, as they usually are. Ferris isn't whittling this time, though, but he has a little collection of wooden things that he's made over the past couple of days. And he's just looks to be possibly sleeping, has his hat tilted over his eyes while he's smoking his pipe. And Morin is sitting on his stomach, seems to be playing with worms or something in the grass, and he's kicking his feet. Neither of them seem to notice as you just approach.
Good day to the both of you.
He kind of Ferris tilts his hat back up. Oh, how are you all?
As well as we can expect to be, given what we're about to do.
Today's the day, is it?
It would seem so. I do have a question for you.
What is it?
Who among the fishing community would be willing to lead us out to water?
He kind of raises a skeptical and confused eyebrow. What do you mean?
We need someone that's willing to go with us, to take us out onto the ocean, so that we can kill this creature that stalks your ships.
Out into the ocean.
Yes, it's mad, I know.
I'm pretty sure I've described in great detail what's happened to every other boat that's went out there.
Not this time.
You guys are skilled.
I'm going to stab it.
I know that. You're all very talented combatants, and you've proven that before. But I don't think you understand. The people that have gone out there have had top-of-the-line boats, and they're top-of-the-line salesmen, and were taken down in seconds. I don't think anything different would happen to you. Whatever boat you take out there will be destroyed. You'd be left on the water with nothing but yourselves.
And these bracelets.
I don't... Anyway, he just kind of shakes his head.
You can call us fools if you like, but we do need to do this.
I'm not sure if any fisherman on this dock is going to lend you their boat.
I turn to the group.
Despair
Perhaps as
will
we-
ask Ferris and Morin if... Could we borrow your boat? I mean, if we do defeat the creature, we can pay it back.
No, we can't.
Oh, no.
That's a $15,000 boat.
Oh, okay, never
We
mind.
get 4,000 if we succeed this, which, by the way, is a pittance for an Eveleth.
It do be like that.
Thing is worth 15 grand.
It do be like that. That's how they pay in this city.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, does
Join the old man.
Does the
Old man for
kingdom-
president.
Hey, we didn't say he was wrong. We just said he's causing
Does the
unnecessary
kingdom
upset.
have a boat that perhaps we could use?
Oh,
Instead of taking care of a problem for the kingdom?
That is true.
Think you'd have just as good luck asking the Crown's Guard to borrow their boat.
Well, perhaps we should pay them a visit.
A boat with cannons would be probably preferable.
They don't have a boat with cannons.
Ace, how fast a creature can you make with Yurik?
Thinking.
The fastest creature you can think of.
A dolphin.
That's too.
It has to be fast.
Hold on.
Very, very fast.
A dolphin.
I don't think she's prepared for this, so we can continue role playing if you want. Just checking.
Role playing. A dolphin.
Let me propose to you this. A faster dolphin.
A dolphin
mean-
with a racing stripe?
Anything that's quick, anything that's swift. It doesn't even need to be very tough or strong. It doesn't even need to see. It just needs to be fast.
A salmon.
We're talking like 50 feet. If you can find something that can move 50 feet, that's what we're looking for.
The fastest I could do is 40 feet with a clipper.
I think that's about the same speed. If you're ahead of it, you'd keep pace. I think you could do it. You could probably lead it away. toward the shore?
I could try.
You could try. It'll be very hard.
I wish he came up with this before I turned him into an octopus and I point down
Fuck!
at him. But no, I can do it. I can do it.
Anybody else have a plan?
I could do
That's
that.
the plan.
That is the plan now.
Yep.
Alright,
I
I'm
also
gonna...
have one more concept we could throw toward the royalty.
What is it?
Is it better to have an aboleth kill one crew out in the sea, or have it here on the shore, where it can kill anyone? What do they prefer?
That's why I was hoping perhaps that they would allow us to borrow a vessel.
Let's go try to talk to the Crown's Guard. Ace is gonna... No, he won't. Never mind.
I'm good with words.
Yes, actually, I would love to see that happen. He is legitimately good with words.
Yeah, I actually am.
It's very to the
Oh
point.
man,
Very straightforward.
That charisma, yo.
Yeah. I only have a +1 to charisma, so.
My persuasion and everything's a 6.
what's the move?
I can intimidate them if we need to
think-
be.
My
I think we'll probably
charisma
head-
score is 2.
I think we'll probably head towards the whatever passes for the naval barracks.
Yes.
They don't have oddly enough, a specific like naval division. They have
Okay.
the Crown's Guard, the barracks. That's the word I was looking for. Right next to like the city hall that you visited before. But they don't, to the city's dismay, don't have a naval division. But that would be the closest thing. And they do have a boat.
How big is it?
Pretty big.
Oh dear. I don't think
It's-
they're gonna let us part of that.
Yeah, it's like a ship compared to like the fishing boats that everybody here has.
I think that'll hold up better.
It would. That's the problem. They'll never lend it to us.
We could be persuasive.
We
Let's
could
go.
always-
Let's
I
We can
don't
always ask.
recommend.
Let's try.
I don't recommend infuriating.
We have to try. Let's do
Do
this.
not beguile them.
Jace
Ask,
just
but
starts
do not
going.
beguile them.
Ace is following Jace.
I don't need Crown's Guard up my ass.
I do not have magic. I only have magic fingers.
I was talking mostly to Ace.
Ace is gone.
Yeah, alright, we're heading there.
Despair just looks to Zephyr like, I hope things are gonna go well.
It may work out. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I just don't want them turning against us.
Yeah, you're able to pass all the necessary guarded gates until you get to the final one with 2 guards standing with pikes crossed guarding the entrance to the barrack. What is it?
We need to speak to the crown.
They kind of look at each other.
The head of the
You
Crown's
mind
Guard.
telling me why?
We are going to be taking care of the monster problem, but we wish to discuss something with them first.
You're talking about the aboleth. Fuck, I mean the monster in the blue.
Yes.
Yes,
What is it that you need to talk to them about?
we need to procure a vessel.
You're talking about our ship.
Yes. Well, not your ship, but the crown ship.
I am part of the crown, thank you very much. And I can actually give you a pretty good answer to what he's going to tell you right now if you want me to save your time.
I think I can guess.
I'd rather speak to somebody higher up if you don't mind.
Excuse you.
Excuse you, I'm trying to pass.
Roll me a persuasion.
Intimidation?
Wait.
Intimidation? I just like, excuse you, I'm trying to
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, I'll call it
We're-
intimidation.
honestly, it's the same number.
Fair enough.
It's a 6 for both. Now let's see how the gods love me
Please.
today.
Please, gods.
You
Nope,
do
they don't like
you
me.
do have inspiration.
I'm not going to use it on that though, not on the guard.
Okay.
I will have you know, I've been working for the Crown's Guard for 12 years of my life, and I'm one of the most dedicated members. And I'll have no talk about it.
So you're just gonna have a beast raiding your oceans and forever, so that way trade is no longer possible across the sea, leading your country and town folk all the way down to poverty. Sounds like a bad idea to me.
Sounds like manipulation to me. You think I'm responsible for that thing? And you think that
Well,
thing's gonna disappear if I let you in here? That's what you think. That's
It
what you
will.
truthfully think.
yeah.
Roll me a
Oh
persuasion.
shit! I didn't realize
Well,
this.
Persuasion or intimidation?
God
Which
damn
one?
it! Either one. I don't know. Either one.
Either one? Okay, intimidation.
Zephyr,
Hey,
write down
DM.
your okay.
Sorry, I'm. This is way off topic, but I just realized I'm missing a cantrip. I didn't realize I get another one at level 4. Fuck yeah!
You get it. You're good, man.
Oh hell yeah!
Gods, why?
What's the cantrip gonna be?
Probably Sacred Flame.
So let me get this straight. You walk up here. You insult me and my career. You try to manipulate me, and you think I'm gonna let you back here. That's what you think.
Yeah.
You do
Must
remember
not
who we
be.
are, right? We're probably one of the only reasons there hasn't been a revolt yet.
A revolt, you say? You think
Yes.
you're the thing preventing a revolt? We've had a city that has existed for hundreds of years, and you guys are the saviors. You've been here for what? A month?
Well, I didn't say saviors, but for 100 years, I don't recall, or at least I'm unaware of an aboleth in your waters, or an old
Oh.
man spreading rumors or poisons seeping through your streets.
Attacks on your lady, the princess.
I think I've had enough of you blaming me for the problems of this city.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just, in the moment, you're preventing us from assisting.
Well, I think you need some prevention from your self-aggrandizement, Mr. Thorn, or whatever your pissing name is. I think you guys have got a god complex. You think you're here, and you're saving everything, and you think you're so much better than a god, and you think that you know more than
We just
my
want to
king and my
save.
queen. To me, you are no better than that old man in the street.
We just want to kill the aboleth. It's just we need these resources to do so. We're not here to flex on you. We're just here to try to help.
You're not here to flex on me, but it's all you've done since you've arrived.
Well, I haven't said anything. Why are you blaming me?
Because you're with them. I've never seen you not with them.
Zephyr's just face palming at this point. He's just like, this is a waste of time.
All right, whatever. You're not. She just kind of mumbles and she goes.
He just kind of looks at you and just gives you the same scowl he's been giving the rest of them, I guess. Now, are you done wasting my time?
Well then.
I mean, I am, but
Well, off with you then. He kind of flicks his hand out in the other direction.
Ace is gonna bring the group backwards a little bit and kind of whisper to them, should I just sneak in there and try to get to
that would be a disastrous idea.
Well, I don't think you can stealth in and steal a boat.
Not the
We
boat.
would
I
we
was
would need
just
a crew.
I just gonna see if I can talk to somebody higher up than him.
I don't think you'll have any more success than we had with him. Once again, we are not large-scale nobles asking for a favor. We are nobodies in comparison to the rest of the city.
As you
It's
guys
denizens.
are
They
are
don't know
talking,
us.
you can hear the shing of two blades uncrossing for a moment, and you look over at the two guards, and they've stepped aside as the gates open, and a small pack of 4 guards, Crown's Guard, walk out, and they close the gates and put their pikes back together as the 4 guards go in the direction of the city hall.
Is that abnormal?
They just seemed to be in somewhat of a hustle, and so I thought it was
Okay.
worth mentioning.
Okay.
Don't you guys know the princess?
We don't know her as a friend. We only know her from our previous exploits, and only
Persephone-
slightly.
Persephone could probably get us access inside. I've
But
I've
again-
spoken to the king already.
That
Once
might be
again,
helpful.
speaking to a noble and asking to borrow their ship are two very different propositions.
What is your plan?
I don't think that we're going to have any luck with a fleet. I think we're only going to have luck on our own. And if we can't fight this, we shouldn't. The moment we enter the water will be slower than ever before, and it will not slow down. If we can lead it to the shore, we'll fight it. But I am not entering that water.
So are we back on fish changing?
Well,
I think that's our best option.
I was gonna ask and see if Persephone maybe could get us in, but
We could try that. Let's exhaust all our options before we go and do this.
Do as you will. I will follow along with whatever you end up doing, but I'm only offering my opinion of the matter.
Alright. I guess we're following Jace.
so we
All
can
right.
go back to Persephone.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of walk away from the barracks, you notice that there is quite a crowd, almost a line at the doors of the city hall. And there seems to be more guards coming from the barracks to the city hall as that crowd gets bigger.
Despair's probably with the group by now. She just kind of left the area, but now she's back with the group, I feel. So she would look
Jace
over.
Jace feels the hook of a DM pole and looks to the looks over.
So Despair will actually walk over to the crowd and like push her way in, much like the first session, and she will see what's going on.
As you enter the city hall, you see that the king, queen, and princess are all out and about, and there's a modest crowd kind of surrounding them, and you can kind of see their heads over, and you can see somebody else at the center of it that the attention seems to be focused on, and a person that the king seems to be speaking to.
Well, our luck has maybe changed.
Despair is going to listen in.
You're too far to hear anything.
Um,
I'm gonna move forward.
well, yeah, I would move forward and then listen in if it's
You
appropriate.
can push through the crowd.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pushing through the
still
crowd.
moving. I'm just standing at the back.
As you push through, you start to hear the conversation, and it's mostly just the king laughing really loud, and you can see him extending his hand and patting him on the shoulder, and you just hear, well, we're glad to, Jesus Christ, we're glad to have you here. It's not often that we get company like this, and I hope you'll see that the town is just as excited as I am to have you. And you hear, wow, thank you kindly. It's always nice to be here in Verloria.
Oh God, he's the Texan.
Despair seems to go back into the crowd.
I'm gonna keep going forward. I want to see who this guy is.
You can just see the back of their head right now, and it's a nice, suave haircut of blonde hair, and you can see some, I guess, what look like to be half elvish ears, and pale skin is all you can really see right now.
I'll just kind of hang out and see if maybe the group disperses and.
As you push to the very front of the group, he turns around and you can see his face. And yeah, it's a pale, blonde, half-elven man, dressed in pretty expensive clothing, and he looks to have a very charming smile as he speaks to the king. And he looks like he belongs. The king being very close to him more than he has with any other citizen of Verloria. And he's got green eyes. He's just charming and schmoozing with the king and the queen and the other people who have crowded around. The other nobles, I guess, who have crowded around. Or rich folk would be a better word.
Ace will try to sneak in the way Jace had gone. Does he recognize this guy?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Oh,
It's our
boy.
man.
I know who it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ace is going to go back into the crowd.
Okay.
Did I miss something?
It's Dugar.
Oh, for fuck.
Despair is
Okay.
going to walk over to Zephyr, and she's just gonna stand there. Did she realize that this is Dugar just from the genetics wise, because of Flora, I believe her name was, who
I think you're thinking like perception or insight or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna
maybe.
see
Yeah, okay.
perception.
Yeah, sure.
Or yeah, I guess that's the best one.
Perception?
Probably, yeah.
Alright.
I didn't go up, so I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you can't really tell.
Alright, well, I guess she's not actually in the crowd anymore. She's just there. Because then she doesn't know shit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jace is just hanging out all the way at the front.
At the front? Okay, you can hear him continue to talk. Well, it's been mighty nice, and everybody's been so kind so far, and, well, I hope it's a positive surprise that I bring you. I think I'm going to be staying for quite some time this time around. And the king kind of has an excited look on his face, and you can hear excited chatter from the crowd. Yes, I'm actually staying up in the mansion I've stayed in before, and I plan to be there for quite some time now. It's more than just a visit. And yeah, that's what you hear for now.
Sorry, just
Jace, how are the people speaking? Like, are in the crowd, or is everybody just kind of quietly watching this guy?
A lot of people are just watching, but some people are kind of chatting him up and just asking questions. That he seems to be not dodging, but he's just being very surface level with everything.
So as
why? Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, if that's the case, then as he's saying is like, I'll probably be staying for a while. I'll just kind of shout over the crowd, and I'll just be like, "Well, don't go into the water. There's an aboleth."
Everybody goes dead silent.
Jace knows how to.
Excuse you, the king says to you as the crowd, like all the eyes are on you at this point.
Despair is looking to Jace like, really? Really? You're gonna say that?
With his head in his hands.
Ace is making his way away from the crowd. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
Yep, Despair's going.
At least for now. Until my group and I kill it.
Well, I appreciate your group and the things they've done before, and I have full confidence that you'll be able to take care of the situation. There's no need to be alarmed, everybody. And you can hear people sort of not panicking, but the murmurs are not as excited and happy.
Oh, there are things to be worried about. It has already killed many people.
It has not killed many people. It has unfortunately taken lives, but I believe the death toll still remains at 4, and it has been days since it has attacked. We have now learned not to go out on the water, and as long as we stay off of the waters, everybody will be safe.
Well, yes, but then trade won't commence, and this city will lose valuable business.
We are planning to take care of it, Mr. Thorn.
Well, we are going to take care of it today, but I hope that you might be able to help us out with this.
And the eyes of the crowd are just ping-ponging between you and the king, and I'm going to see a persuasion roll.
All right. Here we go. Here comes the nat one, because this fucking roller loves me. Hey, that's not bad. 18.
Of course, we'd be willing to help in any way that we can, Mr. Thorn.
Well, yes, I was fully assuming that you would assist us, as I know that you value your people's lives very dearly, and you would wish this problem to go away as swiftly as possible.
Of course we do.
May I have a word with you?
And he kind of looks at Dugar, almost for validation, and Dugar nods. It's all right. I'll settle in myself. Of course.
I won't be long. I don't wish to distract you from your guest, but I just have a request is all.
Okay, he waves you back to the room, slightly behind the thrones that are set up at the front of the ballroom, and leads you back there as Dugar goes back to talking to the crowd and the queen.
Well, Jace doesn't know that that's Dugar, right?
Yes, you don't, but
yeah,
whatever. Okay. And he kind of shuffles you back there, and looks like he just takes a big exhale, like just decompressing. Well, that was a bit embarrassing.
I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I figured that might entice you to speak with me.
I have a feeling putting me on the spot is exactly what you wanted to do, but
It is.
no matter. What
Yep.
is it that you need?
Your people have become worried about these sort of troubles, and
Of course they're
by-
worried. It's a
by
damn
showing
aboleth.
by showing your support to their faces, they see that your willingness to aid them.
I'm well aware of that. All right, I've been king for many years now, and I know what I need to do to keep my people calm. All right,
And
just
I
tell
am
me what it is
offering,
that you need.
I'm
please.
offering you a grand chance, if you would hear me out.
I'm listening. I pulled you back here to listen.
We need a vessel to take us out into the ocean so that we may defeat this monster. None of the fishermen and the docks are willing to aid us, which, to be fair, I would not expect them to, as you and I both know that there have been some deaths already, and they cannot afford to replace vessels of that size.
Well, our vessel is not of that size, and
It
would
does
be
not
pretty
need. It does not need to be, but
it's far
if-
bigger than those and far more expensive, but just as susceptible to those as succumbing to the water, succumbing to the aboleth, and crumbling and disappearing forever. Even if you do
But-
make it back alive, the boat is gone and the aboleth will remain.
if we return at all, it would only be if we were victorious.
It's
He
not
says
a
that-
super confidence instiller, man.
Yeah, basically the persuasion is going to come in at Jay says if you aid us and give us this boat, not only does this show your people exactly your willingness to solve this problem by putting your own vessel on the line, but if we were to come back from this victorious, it wouldn't be just for us, it would also be a victory for the crown, showing its dedication to its people, showing that this old man's false claims are not as correct as they may seem.
Let me see the roll.
Nope.
Wait, you have
Do I
inspiration.
have inspiration?
Yes, you have inspiration.
For
do I?
Christ's sake, use it.
Yeah, just
Well,
use it. You're good.
Okay. Well, I was under the impression I did not receive it.
So
Don't
was
know
I.
if it'll help.
Fuck it.
I don't know if it'll help at all.
Plus
Come on, you fucker.
Oh, okay.
It's still so goddamn low in comparison.
Well, you know, we only have one vessel. And I think the odds of it coming back in one piece and you guys coming back alive are quite low. However, I think it's a small risk for the chance to get this demon out of our
Holy
seas.
shit.
I give you my word that we will not come back unless that creature is dead or it finishes us.
I don't think
Zephyr's
there
mouth
is a
is
third option in that
dropped.
situation anyway.
like the jaw is on the floor with Zephyr.
Is there anything else that we can do to help you, Mr. Thorne?
The vessel, I believe, is going to be the only thing that we require, and hopefully we have a plan in place so that the vessel will not be the center of the monster's focus. We just need something to get us out there, and that vessel is quite large enough to attract its attention easily.
If I may interject as I walk forward.
Yes, Mr. Martorin.
Yes, I am with this gentleman and his crew, and if we are lucky in our first endeavor, the ship will be a plan B, as it were. If we're lucky, if we can lure it to the shore, we'll be able to deal with it there, and hopefully without risking your ship at all.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, honestly, I've seen the work that you guys have done before. And though I have no idea how you plan to do it, I just want my people safe. And
I'm going to stab
boat
it
is-
really hard.
I believe you, Mr. Thorne. It's kind of shaking his head.
If we are
believe a-
victorious... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. He nods at you as you talk.
If we are victorious, and I do admit that the odds are against us somewhat, if we are victorious and we bring you a dead aboleth, I hate to impose, but 4,000 seems a drastically low sum for such a beast.
I disagree. 4,000 gold is more than we've paid for any task.
Don't push it.
Yeah, I don't push it. We've gotten this far.
Very well, my lord.
That is a fine bargain.
You
One
can keep the
monster.
boat if you win. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 15,000 gold boat or more, probably.
Is there anything else that I can do for you, gentlemen?
My liege, you've done more than your fair share.
He nods and kind of pats you both on the back, leading you out of the room. Well, come on then.
Yes, I did not wish to distract you long from your guest, but I figured that this was important enough that you needed to hear it.
It is. I understand. And you guys kind of walk out with him as you arrive, and Dugar is sitting down at this point. He pulled a chair aside, and he seems to be almost telling stories to the crowd that is around them.
We still don't know it's Dugar, though, except for Ace, right?
I think... Well, Zephyr, roll me a perception.
Okay. Let's see here.
May I roll a perception?
Do you know anything about him?
25. Natural
Nat
20.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Well, Zephyr definitely knows who it is as they walk out. It's just like, huh? And
Zephyr's
recognize-
eye twitches
Jace, you can
and
do it with-
realizes the scenario.
I'll just say he doesn't know and allows Zephyr to fill me in.
Okay. Fair, I'll take that. What you were gonna say? You just left that room.
Well, the moment we're out of earshot of the guards, I will turn to Jason and just say, "Well done. Quite a display."
I have magic fingers and a magic tongue.
The man he was talking to was Dugar. We can't kill him.
Jace just looks over to the guy because they still haven't walked. Is he still within sight?
No, nobody can hear you right
No,
now.
like I said, out of earshot.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody
so
focused
she's
on...
still in sight, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I'd be speaking in Elvish as well
I figured.
for safety.
Well,
We can't kill him. Well, yeah, I know, I got that. But at the
Oh,
same time,
fair.
that's why I said I waited until we walked out. We can't kill him.
we can't kill him now.
If we kill him, the king comes after us, and we do not want to be hanged in the courtyard.
Only if he knows it was us.
That is pushing a boundary I do not wish to skirt.
So was procuring a vessel, but here we are.
That is not a
He just-
boundary.
He
That
just
was
taps
luck.
his hat, or he tips his hat and walks off.
Zephyr,
Like he
for the
won
first time,
conversation.
For the first time, Zephyr is not looking at him lustily. He's looking at him disbelievingly. Like, are you fucking serious?
Does
That's
Ace
the
hear
argument?
this? Does
As
Ace
Jay-
hear this?
No.
No.
As Jace walks away, back towards the crowd, Dugar actually looks up from him. He puts his finger up to kind of pause the conversation. Everybody goes quiet. You! Oh, I forgot. This is not you there. What's your name, Mr. Thorn? I believe he called you. Is that right?
I actually walk over to him and I put a hand over my chest and I bow and I say that my name is Jace Thorn. I'm a member
Well-
of the guild here.
He kind of leans back and crosses his boots together. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Thorn. And he puts his hand out. My name is Dugar. Dugar
I shake his
Marquis.
hand.
And he gives you a nice, charming smile. You've got a presence to you. And no one ever tell you that.
Oh, lots of people do, but it's good to hear it from someone like you.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I
Hey,
like you.
You look familiar.
Is
You
that
have-
right?
You have family here?
I do actually. Have a couple family members here, but I do have a recognizable face, just as much as yourself, Thorn. I've got a bit of a presence to me, and people kind of chuckle and give him like a. Well, I'm gonna keep my eye on you, Mr. Thorn. You've got something in you. You're something special. I can tell that as soon as you open your mouth. I've got a keen eye for that.
Well, I appreciate it. I hear the best part of me is the back of my head as I walk away, and I just walk away.
Wait, Mr. Thorne. If I could take you for one more moment here.
Oh, sure. I'll turn around.
I gotta be honest. A little bit of our conversation while you were talking with the king. Everyone's a little bit, well, impressed, I guess, that you're willing to go out there and take on that sea demon. But I'm also curious, if I may admit. How do you plan to do it?
If you wish to come with us and see it firsthand, you're more than welcome to.
I'm not much of a seafarer myself.
The boat is quite massive. I assure you it's going to be safe, and you could see it firsthand on our skill.
For the
The
first
boat.
time.
Fucking
talking.
horrifying!
But
Give me this nat 20. Can I persuade this guy to come with us? He
Uh,
said he's curious.
you can try, but the difficulty class is gonna be pretty high.
Yeah,
dude.
nat 20, right?
Fuck it.
Okay, so 1d20 plus 6. Big money, big money, big money! Is 16.
Well, no, I'm not much of a seafarer myself. I do appreciate the offer, though, Mr. Thorne.
Well, perhaps if I come back victorious, my team and I can sit down with you and regale you with the tale. at
Now
least.
that sounds much more appetizing to me.
Is there a place that we can find you if once we return?
I tell you what, you come back and you just killed a big ass sea monster. I think I'll be able to find you myself.
That is also true. Well, until we meet again, and I hold my hand out to shake his hand.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Thorne. And he
I
gives
give
you
him a
nice,
good firm. I give him a firm, not an aggressive, just a firm handshake.
and he gives a really tight one back and gives you a nice, charismatic smile.
Oh, I give him my best smile too. On the inside, I want to wring his neck.
Yeah, he
We'll-
just kind of goes back to talking to people as he turns away from.
All right. I will leave and head back to the group.
Zephyr's silent.
So, Ace, Despair, we have the boat.
Yeah, okay. We should probably go then.
I think
Yes.
congratulations are in order to Jace for that effort, so
Are you guys in
Yep.
the back of the room now, away from the crowd? I'm assuming.
What'd you say, Critty?
Are you guys in the back of the room, away from the crowd now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just make
Well, I walked to wherever Jace or to wherever Ace and Despair. Wow, I did it now. I walked to wherever Ace and Despair were.
I would
Yeah,
have figured. I would figure they're in the back because Ace didn't want to be anywhere near all that. So.
Yep, no, Ace is not wanting anything to deal with that. He's looking at Jace like with fear and kind of trying to glare at him, but he's too scared to. So
Let us leave before my hand slips and I trip someone.
Zephyr rushes toward the door.
your hand.
Yeah.
Despair will follow Zephyr, but does she now realize that this is Dugar?
Yeah, you would have noticed during that.
Yeah,
whole, I mean,
okay.
the-
Despair doesn't want to look back because I don't think she would be able to keep a straight and subtle face of anger. So she's going.
fair
Zep-
enough.
Zephyr's face is furious, but he's keeping his face away from the crowd.
All right. Where are you guys headed to?
I guess that ship that Jace just got us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As you guys exit the doors, there is a group of 4 guards, pike in hand, but not aggressively. You know, they're kind of at attention and they're waiting for you. Well, I
you
suppose
atta-
you are the group then.
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're gonna need
If
the
it
boat
seems
now.
so.
Or was there some other business you've got to attend to before we head aboard?
If I could just speak with our crewmates here. And I lean over to the others and I say, if I recall, Ace had an option to lure it to the shore so we wouldn't have to risk the ship first.
We
you-
can try that.
If it doesn't work, then we can come back to the ship later. I just don't think we should, risk a $50,000 ship if we have an option otherwise.
Yes, I agree. Jace will just look to the guards and he'll just say, "Is like, we need to pick up some supplies in town, but we will be back later. This afternoon, I think, would be best."
All right, well, let us know, and we'll get you in contact with the captain, who's going to go out on the watches with you.
I will do. Thank you for your service.
Back at you.
If we have more people to fight with, that would be
No,
nice.
that would be more people for cannon fodder, I think you mean.
Why not?
You don't put people in cannons.
Not everything I say is in Zephyr's voice.
Where are you guys headed to now?
To the shore, I assume? Ace, are you doing your 1 hour ritual?
Yeah, I could do that. I'll do that.
Oh, what are you turning it into?
Quipper.
A quipper. So now you got a black and gray quipper sort of swimming around.
Okay, fair enough.
Adorable.
Before you send it through, if I may, and I touch it, and it begins to glow brightly. This will last for an hour, so if we can attract its attention, I assume it will work like one of those deep-sea fangly fish lights.
Despair will ready her harpoons.
Everyone be prepared for whatever may surface.
Yep,
Oh.
so
If
I am
indeed-
like preparing an action, Critty, if we do go into initiative and this thing does go on shore.
Okay.
Are we on a beach or a dock?
Beach.
A beach. Okay.
Oh, and Despair is also getting ready to rage as well for this.
Alright, Ace will send Yurik out to go find the creature, and he's gonna be blind and deaf during the duration.
I will hold on to him.
All right. As it swims out, it sees not too much as it begins, just dark, deep blue waters that get darker as it continues on until its light kind of illuminates sort of a sunken ship towards the depths. You're not at a crazy deep part of the waters yet, but it has to go sort of a ways down to get to it. And there's a very, very large, old-seeming ship that has actually, roll me a perception to hear more detail.
Hold on, perception for him would be...
Yeah, for the quipper.
Oh no, that's from earlier. I thought that was the roll. I'm tripping.
Oh boy.
You just see a large ship, and that is the first thing you're able to get your eyes on. It's like a still intact, but clearly pretty wrecked ship. And if it continues past it, it just kind of sees more black. But as it's swimming on, it hears sort of a bellow, not really a roar, just a deep bellow that seems to vibrate the waters just a bit, and it's coming from back over by the ship.
Alright, I'll get him to sort of swim in a figure-8 type of formation just to try to catch anything's attention. And then when he hears something or sees something coming, he's gonna bolt back to where we are.
After a few minutes of swimming around, you hear the bellow one more time. Very slowly, you see some sort of shape start to emerge from the boat, very gracefully, and then with one swift motion, you see it charge over in like a zigzag pattern, relatively close, and then it stops in the water, leaving like a trail of bubbles following it. As it seems to be examining it, it kind of swims around slowly, and then
How
just turns around.
fast? How fast was the quipper again?
40.
40-foot swim speed. Okay, and you're dashing, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so 80 feet per.
It should
round.
be. It should.
Oh my god. We might actually pull this off.
It should.
Like
Well,
a cat with a laser pointer.
I might need me to finish this description before you get your hopes up.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
It swims around observing it before turning around disinterested and just starting back into the boat.
Not big enough. Damn.
Yeah, it has no reason to be interested in that. It's pretty, but it's not really interested in that.
He's
Worth a
gonna
shot.
Cliff. Yurik's gonna go over to it and sort of bonk its head against it, and then run away.
It doesn't even. It's not phased.
It's like
chill.
a shark with one of those little side fishes.
Yeah, he's
It
not
doesn't care.
not interested in it at all.
It was worth a try, but unfortunately,
If
No go.
only. Never mind. I can't do
if
it.
only we had a druid,
That too, I guess.
we would have our own deep sea fangly fish.
I'm gonna bite it. Oh wait.
You have an attack.
Hold on. I'm gonna bite it.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, roll me that's a
Attack
big
roll.
attack. Yeah.
+5 to hit. Nice. It would only do 1 piercing damage if it hits at all.
Just get to its attention.
18.
Barely hits.
Holy shit! So it does 1 point of damage. That's all it can do.
Yeah, 1 point of damage, and then he's gonna bolt away.
Roll me like just to see if it can get an attack in before you leave. Like, because you're gonna dash, so it's not gonna get an attack of opportunity, but it's gonna strike at you as soon as you
Taking
bite.
dex
So I
save?
guess roll. Yeah, I guess dex save.
Okay.
+3, I believe. Whipper?
Yeah.
Yeah, +3. Oh dear.
Hang tight.
Maybe.
It's a maybe. It's a
Maybe.
very tight maybe.
Uh-oh.
It feels the bite and goes for a lash, but it's entirely too slow with its strike. It kind of swims after it just a little bit before just kind of letting out another bellow. And
Damn
it
it.
doesn't go back to the boat this time, but it just kind of calms down where it is and turns back around.
Bite it again.
When it turns back around, he's gonna bite it again.
All right, let me see it.
No.
18 barely hit. 15 does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna hit.
Just try to just continue to distract it, I guess. I don't know. Up to you.
He's gonna headbutt it, just sort of nudge it again. He's just gonna annoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's not gonna respond to any sort of nudging. It
You'd
doesn't
have
care.
to bite it.
I feel like it probably would kill the thing.
I don't think it's gonna be
I'm gonna
lured
beat
by
it by
something so
biting
small.
it over and over again.
I mean, eventually, if Yurik does survive this,
It has
it
one
will-
hit point, by the way. Quiver has one hit point.
Yeah.
It has 1 hit point. It is not
but
quite
if it does annoy him and does manage somehow to dodge all the attacks, this
Wait.
might actually work.
okay,
You're
I'm gonna bite
you're
him.
risking your familiar's life on this one, bro.
I can bring it back. It's totally fine.
Oh, fair enough. Well, let me see
He's
the
gonna
attack.
bite it. Oh yes.
Holy shit!
Yep,
And
it
then
hits.
I need a dex after.
Yep.
18. Nice.
Oh,
You might actually kill this really, 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 really slowly.
it goes after you this time and seems interested enough to continue chasing you for a bit longer.
Okay.
But as
It's
you
like fishing.
as soon as you get a little bit of ways away, it feels like it's drawn you off enough to just go back, and it seems to be almost frustrated at its turnaround. When it goes to the boat.
He's gonna bite him again.
Yes! I love this! You're fishing for monstrosity!
Fuck.
Bite it again.
But again!
Okay.
This is a Frankenstein.
Oh, just keep
plan.
going! Just keep
Just
fighting!
keep fighting. I don't
I'm
care.
like, if you're gonna bite until it hits, let me just see the next dexterity roll. Because eventually you're going to get a hit, so
Okay.
whatever.
Just curious how many points I go down. It goes down by the time.
Ooh. Robot.
What's the roll? That's a dex. Oh no.
Oh, that's gonna die.
Oh no.
Oh shit, yeah. So I rolled a natural 20. So yeah, pretty much with ease this time. It's gotten annoyed enough to be expecting it, and the second the tooth hits the aboleth with like this ridiculous tail lash, it just turns around and whips it out of existence. Like this fish turns into fish bits underwater, and there's just a red cloud that floats up. And as that happens, you wake up and your view is gone from the ocean.
Yeah, Ace is gonna blink a couple times. He's gonna say, "I tried to get it out as far as close to us as I could. However, I lost my familiar for now."
Well, it was worth a try. Plan B,
Plan
To the boat.
B.
to the boat.
It lost 2 hit
Alright.
points, so it's okay, guys.
Yeah, only like 300 to go.
Let's go
Everybody
and
else was
fight this
roboting
thing.
me, so.
Let's go fight this damn
Yeah.
thing.
So to the boat.
Agreed.
After we end this episode, I'm gonna tell you guys like, because never mind. Fuck
Your
it.
You know
plan,
what you wanna say
your
now.
idea that you can't tell us.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could have just bought a meat pie, I suppose, and threw it in the water. But
Oh my
Not a-
god, that'd be amazing.
Not a meat pie, but god damn.
I mean, we could try that poison. That
Not the
poison,
poison.
that dude offered.
Oh, like poison the meat pie? You're saying?
No, just like poison something, and then feed it to the aboleth.
I feel like he
It's-
offered you guys.
It's definite death.
I feel like
If
you.
it
Get,
fails,
I feel like
same.
he offered you guys something else other than just poison.
There
if you
was
check your notes.
there was a bottle of like good speaking. I don't know. There was a potion of lure monster. Holy shit! How did I miss that? How did I miss that?
Oh my
potion of
god.
lure monster.
And there's a red poison of death after 10 minutes, guaranteed.
Well, that's
And
for
it's a
human-sized
DC-14.
creatures.
Oh well,
That's
fair
for
enough.
human-sized creatures. But yes, he also offered you a potion that
Son of a
coats something.
bitch.
and a disgusting-
Jace did not pay attention to any of that.
You weren't there.
Oh,
It
I
You
is
wasn't
in
weren't
there.
my notes, though.
No,
It is
you
in
weren't
my notes, and I'm going to mention it now because it is in my notes.
I've been,
Even if I
I've
didn't
been,
remember it, he did.
I've been gritting my teeth together for an hour.
Shit, I forgot all about that.
Really?
Fuck!
Did you guys do that last session?
I even no,
No,
this is
not
the
last
dude
session.
that offered it to us on the street. The dude that
He,
needed help.
Jace
with,
wasn't there. Jace wasn't there.
Oh shit!
yeah.
What did he need help with? I'm looking for the dude here.
He needed help with something.
This whole time I've been like, is there anything else you guys would like to do before fighting the Christing difficulty class 10 monster? And he was like,
I
no,
mean-
let's fight it in the water. We're good.
don't get me wrong. I wasn't relishing the concept. Everybody seemed dead set on it. But
Well, there
anyway.
weren't any other options. I didn't know we
I-
had a potion of lure monster.
I'm sorry. I'm the only one that takes notes here.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I don't take notes.
No, I mean the other two have no excuse.
I was gonna say I take notes. I just wasn't here.
I went back through my notes and I still missed that potion. Anyway, what was the quest that was attached to that? I don't think I have it here.
Why don't we just go there and just demand the shit in advance so we can get it and then
I mean,
do this and then do what he wants us
yes.
to do?
His name
I
is
did-
Talmud, and Ace knows where he lives.
Ace does know where he lives. Fuck, I do. Okay.
Let's just go. Fuck.
Okay, Ace is.
What was the job that he offered?
I don't remember.
God
Didn't ask
damn
him.
it! Why am I the only one taking notes?
No, I don't think he ever.
Didn't ask. He didn't
said-
specify. He asked for your
didn't
help. Said
specify
to
it.
go to him when you. Well, he kind of did, but just go to him and ask.
On mentioning this, Zephyr's going to go ahead and ask Ace, could you lead us there?
He's gonna sort of.
I bet the audience was also like, what the hell, dude?
I'm sorry, internet. Don't kill me. I tried to look through our notes. I was thinking about this for a week.
Ace is gonna sort of smack his hand on his forehead and just like, yeah, this way. Why didn't you think of this sooner? Let's go.
Good question. I
And
should have made a history check.
I lead all the way over
Fuck!
there.
How did I miss that? I looked through everything.
I was trying to think of an organic way to work that guy back in, but there was literally none. I was just like hinting as hard as I could. Anyway, okay, you guys are gonna lead him back to Talmud's little hut, then, right?
Yeah.
Just take the potion, Ace.
So you arrive. if you remember, it is at the same little orc encampment that you had encountered before.
Right.
And as you pull up, you see he's got the big old bonfire going, and he seems to be working with a mortar and pestle and kind of moving around with with a purpose, as he's just kind of moving around, picking up different leaves and things as you approach, without even looking at you, as he's lifting up a vial to his face. The adventurers. I didn't think I would see you, to be honest. It's been quite some time.
Yeah. No. About those potions there, what did you want us to do? Is it fast? Please say it's fast. Ace is so done right now.
I suppose it's as fast as you make it.
I apologize for my friend's candor. We have another goal that may align with yours. What was it exactly you wanted us to do for these items?
Well, I had items stolen from me that I needed recovered. If you recall, it was my Grierot.
Yes, this was stolen by whom again?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I have visions. As I told you, I took the last of my Grierot that I had in a secret stash, and I saw a vision of where they went. And that's all I have. It was a man in a dark cloak. I couldn't see his face.
And this briar rot? What was it
Grier.
called?
Griar rot.
Grier rot. This Grier rot. Could you show me some?
I've taken almost all the last of I've got, but
I only need to see one.
he kind of hustles over to one of his little rock house things. It's like a carved out rock, and ducks inside of it and brings out a small jar that has a piece of wood corking the top. And you look inside of it, and it's a orange mushroom with sort of things like mashed onto it, like some sort of grass mashed on top of it, and it has like white spots.
Okay, I'm going to make a mental image of this, and I'm going to I'm going to ask him before I do that. I'm going to ask him this image in your mind, this vision. What was in the vision? What did you see?
They went to a cave.
Cave.
Mildly far away from here.
Towards or away from the sun?
North.
North. Perfect. North of here. And I turn to the group and I say, I did procure horses.
All right, let's go. I just want to get this done. I want to kill something. My axe is itching for it.
I turn back to the man and I say, how far away would you say if you had to estimate?
Maybe 10 miles.
Simple. We'll be back soon. And I head towards the stable.
As you walk away, he kind of grips your arm.
Oh.
Please, do not take any of my Grierot. It's not for the average man, and I fear what's happened to them when they've taken it. I'm somewhat of an advanced user, and it will tempt the scent, the aroma. Don't take it.
Zephyr places a hand on his accoster's hand and says, believe me, I have no interest in dulling my senses, and removes his grip.
He just kind of nods at you, kind of like wringing his hands together a little bit.
We'll be back soon. Keep your eyes open for us.
My eyes.
I lead everyone to the stables that has the horses that I procured last time.
Okay, yeah, Jesus, that scared me. You're able to get to them, or get to there pretty easily, as it's in a common part of town, and somebody's there waiting. I thought I'd see you a little bit sooner. I've never have a horse on hold for this long without using it.
Apologies, but we're here now, and we do intend to take them for now.
Well, no problem.
It won't be as long as I originally intended. I hope that's all right.
Not a problem with me.
All right, everyone. And
She gets
offer
on
them-
the horse.
Yeah, Jace will get on a horse.
I'll jump on the one with Jace. behind him.
Ace will go on with despair.
Good plan. You can be the lookout.
I hug Jason very tightly.
Ace
But I was just stabilizing myself.
Ace is just rolling his eyes and urging the horse along. Get a
Safety first, I suppose.
fast pace.
As you guys take
Uh,
the trail up, what's up?
sorry, just the moment we head about 9 miles in, I'll cast Detect Object. Oh, sorry, Locate Object.
Okay. Do you need an object with you to do so?
I just need to know what it is.
Okay. Yeah, as you're riding northern up the path,
As long
it's
as
pretty
I've seen
empty.
it up close, at least once.
The path is pretty barren, and it's quiet enough for you to hear the wind through the trees as you guys are riding on your horse. As you draw closer while you're detecting, you kind of know exactly where to look as you feel this kind of urge, and you do see a large, it almost seems to be a crack in the side of this big wooden cliff almost that kind of goes into a cave opening. And there's just various bushes and long grass ahead of it. There's no pathway leading in, it looks like a dusty ass cave.
Is it like a wide entrance, or does it look like it'll be a squeeze?
It's a squeeze.
We probably should take the horses in.
I dismount, and I'll inspect the cave entrance and see
like
who
what
would
area?
fit best.
Probably
Probably
the actual entrance, or like ahead of it.
Yeah. Just the entrance.
Okay, do you want to like walk up and just like see how wide it is?
No, actually, from my position, I'd like to take a look at it, just to see what I see.
Yeah, it's
Should
just
this
in
be
front of it.
perception?
Yeah, let me give it. Yeah, give me a perception, I guess.
Alrighty. 22.
You notice the cave entrance it's not like crazy thin. Like you won't have to like turn to your side and squeeze through. Like
Okay,
every one of
that's-
you will
that's
be
what I
able to
was
fit through. The horse won't. And you notice the messy area in front of the cave has a lot of branches and bushes, but a lot of rocks that seem to be almost out of place, and patches of grass that seem intentional almost.
Intentional.
Traps.
I point out the spots that look strange and say, what do you make of this, everyone?
Ace will check around for traps and stuff.
Roll me a perception.
It's an investigation.
Yeah, not bad. You're right.
Jace ties up the horses.
Oh no, sidekick.
Psychic
No,
why?
you forgot the one.
Oh yeah, roll 1d20.
No.
Nope, it's still. Oh, sidekick, why? Why you do this? Why, Bay? Why? Ah, fuck! Oh,
No,
please
don't.
don't spam it. Don't spam it. It'll go crazy on us.
Try DMs.
I went to the rules.
It's fine. If you can just DM it, it's not a big deal. I'll trust you guys.
Oh, 24, nice.
A 24 and Ace, are you checking too? Is everyone checking?
No. That was. I thought that was Ace's roll.
That
Yeah,
is not a roll.
I'm not checking it.
In Critty's room.
I'm looking at it. That's why I saw it. So yeah, she got a 24.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was confused. Yeah, you notice there is definitely some traps. From what you see, there is what seem to be, I guess the best way I can describe them are like makeshift bear traps. And you do notice a like rope trap on a tree too. That's pretty well hidden.
I'm gonna try to disarm them.
Okay. Like the bear
Your-
traps
You have
that you can
thieves'
see.
tools, right? So you can like clip them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you're
got
gonna like
thieves'
disarm
tools.
them, or you're gonna just like throw a rock at them to clip them?
Probably
Oh.
something a bit more finessed.
I'll probably toss a rock on it.
Okay, I'll back up.
Okay.
Jace will stand front and center then with his halberd.
All right, so you're gonna pick up what I'm picturing. You've got a bunch of rocks in your hand. You're gonna go through just throwing them at the things, disarming them.
Yep.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Oh, should we all do that, or just the
No,
one?
just her. Him.
Okay.
Oh.
See,
That's a
this is
natural
why
1.
this is why disarming is better.
Yeah, you go through and you're making like very loud clanging and clapping sounds as the rocks slam down on the traps. And you don't see any response, but you very loudly disarm all of the immediate danger traps, and you can see that you have a pretty easy pathway in without hurting yourself.
Ace is gonna walk on forward stealthily again, hopefully, and try to see if he can find anybody around.
I'm going to wait. Oh no, locate object is still on, so I'm gonna go with you. So I'll stealth as well.
Okay.
Let's see if it
I will
works
walk
this
30
time.
feet behind, not stealthing.
Nope, not working.
Despair
Still, so
is
I'll just go
going to
ahead.
just follow.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Just getting ready here. 6.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
So are you guys heading inside of the mouth of the cave? Or
Yep.
all right. Very loudly you're knocking over like pebbles and rocks and things that are just falling from the mouth of the cave as you enter. And the further you go in, you start to see a faint orange glow from inside. And you're at where you can kind of see the narrow part of the entrance opens up way wider if you want to proceed.
Well, Jason Despair following 30 feet behind them, so we'll stop when they stop.
I
since we
whisper
can see
to
them.
Ace, we should take this cautiously.
That's not what I had in mind. um,
We're in close
I'm
quarters.
gonna look around the corner. Can I see anything?
Yes. But as you look around the corner, it sees you too.
I'm gonna
Yes.
cast color spray.
What is that? What?
Cast color spray. So basically, I'm gonna try to blind the person.
Oh, I had the same idea.
And anything else around. So if there's like multiple creatures, then it takes.
Do you want me to
the
tell you
lowest
what you
health.
see first?
Yes, I would
Please.
like to know what I see.
It's a young baby. And I'm just kidding.
Color spray!
Yeah.
It's a Kenku
Oh,
a,
cool.
that seems to be some sort of like bipedal crow, and he's holding a sword very
Oh my God.
shakily as you peek your head around, and he just says something in whatever Kenku language is. Just Malako.
Actually, Kenku do not have languages they can speak.
Shut up. He says it in some language you don't understand.
They mimic
Are you
others.
sure?
Yes, they cannot speak any language.
They mimic.
They can only
things.
mimic.
All of them?
All of them.
All
I
over.
thought, well, they're a playable
Only
race. They
Kenku.
have to have a
Only
race.
Kenku. I've played the Kenku. They can only speak through mimicry. They do not have any languages that they are
They
allowed
are
to speak.
cool.
Wow. Didn't know that, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought that was just some of
They
them.
can understand the language, but they cannot speak it
Either way, I'm still gonna freaking cast
Okay.
color spray on this damn thing.
because they're panicking.
Cause yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's just clicking at you as you enter, and then you. All right, go ahead and cast it. Let me see the roll. Oh, I forgot to mention something else about what you saw. I got distracted. Sorry. Behind him is a large. I guess you could call it a tarp. Some leaves and bread, like things strung up behind him. It's like like a backdrop, essentially.
Huh.
Looks pretty clearly crafted.
All right.
36. So if that sits, hold on, let me just write the spell.
I don't know how to spell words, so you gotta tell me.
So dazzling ray, flashing colors, yada yada. Rolls d60, 10 to total. How many of hit points the creature this spell can affect? So, the creature within 15-foot cone, as long as it takes out its HP, then it's blinded for how long?
So if the Kenku has less than 36 hit points or less, it's blinded.
Yeah, then it's blinded. for-
Otherwise, it's unaffected.
It definitely has less than 36 hit points. So
Good to know.
Okay, so it says 1 round, so I don't know what that means.
1 round is 6 seconds.
All right, so we got 6 seconds.
Wait, is that the duration of the?
Yeah.
That's the
It
duration
just-
of the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it hits, so it just starts clicking wildly, and it immediately drops its sword and starts like rubbing its eyes and clicking and chirping like just
Despair is going to
wild.
take the sword. She is running in to get the sword.
To make a point, you're 30 feet behind.
Yeah, but
I'm
she's
right there, and
oh.
there's no space for anyone to pass.
She's going to push
I will-
Zephyr out of the way.
I'm going before you do any of that shit. I'm gonna touch sorry. I'm going to touch Ace, and I'm going to cast light on his clothing, so he radiates light for an hour.
Ace
Okay.
is very confused by
So
this,
you can
but
see
he
everything.
continues on anyway, and he
Well,
tries
you can see
to
now.
he tries to pin that king.
Now he can't stealth.
If you notice, while
We
it's
can
kind of
cancel it.
hissing and trying to just communicate, some of the like mimicry that it's spouting sound a lot like lizard noises. They don't sound super bird like.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Um,
Is it draconic?
Yes.
I speak it. I can understand it.
It's just okay. So as it's kind of squealing, it's saying we must leave. We must leave. Too powerful, sort of things like that.
And I will reply back to it. Then let us leave. Come with us. We'll protect you.
Come with us. It just hisses like it is not interested in that.
Am I? I don't know if I can intuit whether or not he's terrified of us or something inside.
Roll me insight.
Okay, that's a +5. That'll be good. That's 5, 7.
Ace will look up at the spare and sort of point at the tarp. Go check if there's anything in there.
I'll get out of the way.
okay, hold on. And she's gonna run. She's gonna run as fast as she can, and she's gonna grab the sword, and then she's gonna go in.
Gonna grab like the guy's sword that he dropped.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up a rock, recast light on it so that it dismisses off of Ace, and throw the rock near the tarp.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
right
well lit. You
over
can
there.
see the whole area that is in front of the tarp.
Cool.
So, what's in the tarp? What's in this place?
Are you like cutting it or whatever, but like pushing past it?
I'm just gonna go inside.
It's not that easy. It's like branches and leaves. Like you would have to like kind of cut it to.
Okay, well
No,
she
or-
is
or
gonna
just not.
cut it.
Quick
Yeah, as you-
question.
Yes.
Sorry. Just wanted to know if my locate object was still on. It has a 10-minute requirement. If not, I'll recast it.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Locate object lasts 10 minutes. I don't know if it's still on.
It's in here. Yeah, it's you can tell whatever it was is in here.
Okay.
I don't. How specific is it? Like,
You sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. The object is in motion. You know the direction of its movement. So I know the direction where it is.
yeah, it's pointing, that way. It seems to be in here from what you can tell, and it is not moving or
Okay.
anything like that. So yeah, as Despair cuts past the like branches and the tarpy thing, she can kind of look and just see a lot of like a really bunched together group of lizard folk and Kenku just cowering.
Oh.
Some of them have weapons, but most of them are completely unarmed, and they're like holding their children close to them, and they're just cowering.
What do you see? Or can we see it from where we are?
Can
You
despair?
can't see it.
What else does despair see?
Roll me a perception.
Okay. I'm gonna try sidekick one more time, but if it doesn't work, I'll just do it somewhere else. All right, 10.
Hey, that's basically all you see. You can see they've got kind of a small home set up here. Like they've got it's a little bit bigger than the tarp would have let on. Like the space opens up a lot more, but they clearly live here. There's like little tables and benches.
So
and
are they like
could-
animals?
They're lizard folk and Kenku, and they don't seem very.
Kenku is like bird people.
Despair is going to say, wait, she has a background feature of some kind that could actually help. Hold on. Where do I find
All right.
background?
Well, while you're looking that up, Zephyr's going to see the struggling one with the weapon, and say in Draconic, We really mean you no harm. We're not here to hurt you. We were just concerned about the sword that you're holding and how you were about to strike us. We don't mean you any harm. We are only seeking a root. All in Draconic.
Root. Root. And
Yes. the
he kind
root.
of just repeats it back to the other ones, and you hear all of them kind of start just like talk and scramble about nervously. You just hear like chirping, and everyone gets weird when you say that.
I say again in Draconic. Everything I say is in Draconic at this point. We don't seek your harm. We don't mind if you live here. Is not our concern. Everything that you do is your business, and we are simply trying to conclude ours. We only want to find a root that looks like, and I describe the root again.
He looks nervous as you're speaking, and he just shakes his head. Root, root, root.
Well, they stole it.
I say, do I fucking Kenku always
Did
with
you
the Kenku?
steal it?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jace.
Jace just looks at the Kenku. Did you steal it?
He doesn't say anything.
Jace, we don't even know if they speak Common. I'm speaking in Draconic.
Well, they should understand Common.
Oh, I'm going to just continue in Draconic. Yeah, he's
Despair is
losing
going to
interest in
continue to
Jace
look
at every moment.
around. Despair is going to like try to calm them down and be like, "It's okay. I'm trying to find something," even though they probably don't speak Common. But she's like trying to motion that like she's not trying to
As
attack
you're walking
them.
around, they're still like they're moving away from you. Like as you walk away, they go the opposite direction, or like walk towards them, they walk in the opposite direction. They're terrified still.
I'm still interrogating the other guy, but I'm going to go ahead and use suggestion. And I'm going to say, we're not going to harm you. We only want to get the root, and then we will leave. And that's my suggestion. As long as they understand the word, they don't have
What
to speak
is your
it. As long as
suggestion?
they understand it and
Yeah.
fail a wisdom save, I suggest you show us the root.
Oh.
Okay, roll me the suggestion, and Despair, please roll me a perception.
It is not a roll, it is a wisdom save of 13.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry. Oh, 13. I'm tripping. I got you.
Alright, I don't see anything.
I'll probably succeed.
Well, if you're gonna look around, whatever, I'll just give it. You're walking around. You're like inspecting the area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you in a sec. Also, you beat the thing. Or yes, your suggestion worked.
Awesome. Cool. That Kenku is inclined to help us find the root.
He like shakily looks behind the tarp, and it just kind of nods his head. He points at Jace. Steal. And he just nods his head, and he points behind the tarp.
I motion to Ace to stop grabbing the dude, to just let him go.
Okay, he
And
lets
then
him
I
go.
will slowly walk over towards the tarp, which I still don't know if there's something threatening, so I'm going to have my hand ready.
As Despair is kind of walking through the crowd of Kenku and lizard folk, they kind of seem to separate a little bit. You know, they like wave open, they part, and out walks this matted fur cheetah-looking tabaxi,
Oh, cool.
and he's just kind of looking at you as you walk on. And he, as you step closer, he steps closer to you until you guys are maybe 4 feet away. He goes, "Why do you come here?"
You stole something, and we're here to take it back.
To be
I've stolen
perfectly
nothing from you.
To be perfectly frank, we don't really care how you came across it. We only want to return it, and we're perfectly happy to pay for it.
How much will you pay?
I throw down 24 silver.
Despair is where is this right now? Does Despair hear this?
Yeah,
You're
it's
right there. Small
Okay.
area.
So she's gonna place down her 24 gold.
24 gold. Holy
That's a
shit.
lot for a root.
I was just throwing silver down, but okay.
even
Fine,
when you
show
put
me
down
up.
the 24 gold, he shakes his head. No, we need the root. We need it. We don't mean harm upon anybody.
Why do you need it?
It's not for us.
Who is it for?
This is not our home. It is now, but it was not always. We were forced here, and the people that forced us here would kill us. If not, we had something to offer them. And right now, the rot seems to be the only thing that they accept from us. We've tried to steal gold. They don't accept it anymore.
Well
But the
then,
rot pleases them.
who are these people?
It is a group, a tribe that is.
And everyone is kind of cowering a little bit. And
Despair thinks for a moment. I don't
they've
know.
pushed us around for quite some time, and they took our home from us.
Do you know who they are?
he shakes his head.
Not really. It's just this group of tiefling bastards. They took everything from us.
Despair's eyes widen. Does she recognize anything?
Not
I mean, it's
particularly.
pretty vague.
You hear what you hear.
Well, yeah, that's true. Despair kind of like, maybe she cocks an eyebrow because like tribes. So she just asks, what is their location?
We don't know. Some of them stay where we used to stay, out in the forest. We had a very modest home, a growing town. Nobody bothered us much until they came along. But they killed.
And he just looks like nervous, and he looks at the ground for a moment.
They killed almost half of us. We had to find a place to stay, and we found this cave. But they found us again. And, well, that's why we give them the rot, for our lives.
Are these people free roaming? Are they welcome in the cities, or are they brigands?
I would not know. I'm not much one for cities myself.
I would like to... Do I still sense the pull of the Gryer rot?
You can see the direction of it, but you don't know where it is.
I will lean into the guy, and I'm going to say to the Tabaxi, the Gryer rot will not please them forever, and eventually it will run out. If we can provide an alternative, would you hear us out and allow us to take the rot?
If there is an alternative, we would gladly take it. I don't care about the Gryer rot. I just care about my people.
I turn back to the group.
How about we fight them?
Well,
how about we fight the tribe? Where was your original home?
Our home was in the forest.
Where in the forest? Okay, north of here. Okay, let's go. And Despair walks out.
North of here could be 100 miles or 10 miles. How far away, roughly?
Closer to Theramore than Verloria. I'm not good with...
How many days away?
2 days.
How much of the rot do you have left?
He doesn't say anything.
Huh. I turn back to the group, or whoever's left of the group that's still here. What if we house them in the Adventurers Tavern for now?
We could do that.
They need somewhere safe to be. If these people are indeed searching the lowlands for them, then they're not going to find them in the city.
Yeah.
If we keep them in our rooms...
Are you saying this out loud in common?
Yes.
If you provided a place for us to stay that is safe, we would turn over the whole lot.
And then, while you're there, some point in the next couple of days, we will deal with this tiefling invaders. Is that agreeable?
He nods his head.
We would be in your debt. But may I ask, why do you have such interest in the Gryer rot?
We have a friend that requires it for his experiments, and we believe that if by doing so we will gain the ability to kill a great demon of the lake.
I thank you for your offer, and I gladly accept.
And he kind of bows his head. And
I
all
bow
of
back
the-
exactly as he is.
all of
Ace-
the lizard folk in Kenku seem to follow as he does and bow, some of them on their knees.
Ace is gonna run out and try to catch Despair before she gets way too far.
Good idea.
And Despair looks over. What?
Apparently we're gonna take them back to the tavern. We're gonna house them
When
there
is
for
my
now.
axe gonna taste some blood?
Soon.
One creature at a time.
Soon. I promise you, you will be able to feed your axe some blood.
Okay.
Hopefully soon. The poor barbarian.
God damn it, dude. Okay, we're
Sorry,
gonna.
when I wrote the campaign, I expected these things to happen like 2 days ago, so I thought you guys would be in combat more. I'm not trying to delay
It's okay,
combat.
I know.
This is our own goddamn fault, we know.
All right, let's go. Back to the tavern.
Well, back to the guy first after we get the group.
Oh yeah, we have to go back to the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we should probably split up. Let's split up. Let's two of us go to the guy, and 2 of us lead the others to the tavern.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say
no, it's
I'll
fine.
lead.
Yeah, Jace. How about the 2 strongest? Jace, Despair, do you want to take them to the tavern?
nobody
Yeah.
else
Yes.
speaks Draconic.
They don't need to. They're following the one that speaks common.
Oh, okay, then yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, then Zephyr and I will go back to the...
Agreed.
Our-
I'll bring the Grier rod to him and get us the potions. Sound
As
agreeable
you
to
guys are
everyone?
kind of talking, you can see the Tabaxi man kind of commanding everybody essentially, and they go back and they dust off this long pile of leaves, and there's kind of a pit that they dig out of dirt. And as they kind of pull it out, it's a super long, like ridiculously long, woven like wicker basket type thing that just has like this big ass like planter of all of the Grier rot, and it's like super long. Like they took a shit ton of it, and they have to hold like 2 people or like a person on each end, and they're just kind of busting it out at the lead of the Tabaxi man.
Okay. We will inform the Tabaxi man. Follow these 2 strong, able-bodied. I was going to say men, but man and woman, to the tavern where you'll be housed. We'll keep you safe for a few days while we deal with tiefling invaders.
Absolutely.
Perfect. It's been a pleasure. I hope
get
that we deal with this swiftly.
May I ask, what is your name, great hero?
Mine?
He nods his head.
Great hero is a bit of an exaggeration, but Zephyr Martorin.
Not to us, it's no exaggeration. We've been kicked to shit for years now. Nobody shows us compassion the way you have. All of you.
And he looks just kind of at the group.
We are in your debt. Our gratitude cannot be explained.
Your gratitude is enough.
He nods his head as he kind of leads the pack, including the ones carrying the Grier rot.
Do any of them look injured?
I wouldn't say injured. I guess malnourished would be the way, or the word.
In that case, I only have 1 day's worth of rations, but I'll give it to them.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. No, scratch that. I actually have several. I'll give them 3 days worth of rations. I will have 1 left.
They like the. Do you hand it to the Tabaxi or just like the
To the
an
Tabaxi.
ancillary? He kind of gives you just an impressed look and nods again.
Thank you, Mr. Martorin.
Did you say your last name? Fuck it.
I did.
Martorin.
And he bows his head again, and he walks along with his group as he hands it back, and they seem to be separating and doling out food.
And then I think for a moment, whatever you do when you get to the building, don't damage the painting. I think of the Feywild painting I was painting poorly.
Yes, sir. He keeps walking on.
Well, that seems to be one thing dealt with, I say to Ace, and grab the one handle of the Grier Rod.
Oh, you guys are taking the Grier Rod? Sorry.
Oh,
I
are
didn't-
they? Oh, I
were,
guess we
yeah.
can all go together, yeah, absolutely. But we'll take the Grier Rod to the dude afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, well, you guys are on horse, so
Yeah.
they are walking. So
Well,
if you want to take the Grier Rod to him as fast as you can, it makes
That's
sense. to-
probably a better idea, yeah. We'll load it onto one of the horses. Ace can take it.
Sure.
Oh, wait, how persuasive are you? We probably won't need it. Take it with you.
I got 2+.
What about
I'm-
strength?
No.
I'll
Wait,
go
who are you
with
gonna
you on the
persuade?
same horse.
Yeah, who
What's
are you
the-
persuading?
I'll go with you on the horse since I've got more strength than you. And I was just thinking persuasion if we needed it, but probably not going to.
Fair enough.
So I'll just go with you on one of the horses.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but it takes a lot of effort to. It's like an awkwardly super long wicker basket of Grier Rod. You're able to kind of find a position that works. And
Gotcha.
you're able to make it back in a reasonable time. And as you guys kind of pass on your horse, all the people are waving at you. The Kenku and the lizard folk. They're all
Aww.
just like waving.
Oh, that's sweet. Fucking love Kenkus.
I fucking didn't know that they all talk like that. I was planning on
Yeah.
having like
Their
the one that was up there was the one that could speak common, you know?
their backstory is that the Kenku lost their voice as a curse.
Damn, that's
So
deep.
unfortunately, unless you were doing the eagle people, which are Arakokra, they
they
can
I
speak.
felt like Kenku were more,
They're
more
cool. They're more
wild.
dirty and low and
right. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was going for. But so I had to improv a Tabaxi guy because apparently they can't talk. Anyway,
it's good. It's good.
yeah, you guys are able to make it back. I'm assuming you're headed to Talmud to return his.
Yes, indeed. Ace and I are on the same horse.
He's like jumping with glee as he sees you approach. With it.
Yes. How did you require it? Who were they? Who took it?
It's not a consequence. They will not bother you any longer.
Why have they taken it? Did they take any? Did they use any?
And he's like kind of looking at it, and he's kind of like eyeballing it to see if there's any missing.
Did you take any?
We did not.
Okay.
We have no reason to. As I said before, I have no interest in muddling my mind.
As you're talking, he just kind of takes the giant awkward thing and immediately sets it on the ground and puts stuffs 2 of them into his mouth and closes his eyes for a minute.
I feel bad for giving this dude his drugs back.
As you see him kind of chewing, he has like this moment of panic before he goes completely still, but he lurches his arms out and he grabs his hands around yours.
I see it. I see it ahead of you. Your hands are warm.
And he's like thinking for a moment. He's kind of chewing more as he can you roll me a religion check, please?
Oh, I got a +4 to that. Sure, why not? That is a 9. I'm not doing well today.
He lurches his hands back off of you really quickly.
Good luck, Mr. Martorin.
He's looking at you with almost a fearful look in his eyes.
That's uncomfortable.
Could Ace roll a religion check?
I
think it was
if you
something to
ask
do with-
him to do whatever he just did.
Okay, no, he wants none of that.
I will lean down to the man. The potions.
Can I roll an insight on what he's trying to, what he's afraid of?
Yeah, you can do that. And yeah, as you say that, yes, of course. He just kind of hobbles back using his giant cane and brings out the 3 vials and hands them to you. And no, you can't
Nope.
see for shit what the hell
Nope.
he was trying to do.
Glorious. Thank you very much. This will be of great aid to us.
You're going to need it.
Right.
So we have the potions now?
Yes, we do.
Alright, Ace is gonna lead the horse,
I'm just gonna write these into my thing here really quick.
and we're out of here.
Oh, he also gave you a sack with 100 gold in it, by the way.
Oh, holy shit. That's kind of a big
that's
deal.
nice to know.
Yeah, sorry.
I
that was
will
part of the
grab-
offer. I was looking at the notes. I forgot I said
I
that.
will grab the 100 then.
Oh, sorry, it's 80.
80. Well, hey, no, don't put it down.
Yeah. No, it literally was 80.
Good
I just
amount of gold.
remembered. I remembered that he gave you something, but then I looked and it's 80. So
80 gold.
okay,
Gotcha. I'll take
guys
the
got 80
sack.
gold and 3.
All right, we head back to the group.
Absolutely. On the horse without the big old awkward basket.
Okay, where you guys headed to?
Just back to the tavern to meet up with the guys.
Did you told the Kenku to go to the tavern or the
Me and Jace were escorting them over there. So
like the inn, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Yes, the inn. The inn where we had the rooms. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you get there and they're pretty well established because no, they haven't even got there yet. They don't have horses.
They would be taking a while, so we would go back and meet them on the road.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can see them and they're faring okay. They seem to be in high spirits. Just due to the fact that anybody's doing anything to help them now, and they seem to be really excited. And
That's
you can hear
sweet.
the children kind of babbling about where they might be going because you get a sense that they don't really live at all in society. They
Yeah,
did
I
have
got
a
that
little
impression.
town before them. Before the cave, they lived in a little town, but it was like a makeshift, only Kenku, only lizard folk for the most part that live in isolation on
Hey,
the outskirts of Theramore.
Tabaxi, or whatever your name is. What else do you know about this tribe?
I know they work on nothing other than wrath. I know they have no use from us. I feel even the Greyerot they hardly care about. They just like to push people around. They like to feel like they're in power. And I love my group, my family, or my community, but we don't have any way to deal with them, and they know that. So they've left us alive only so they can have power over somebody.
I forget if I asked this, but do you know what any of them look like?
Tall. The leaders look... Well, I'm not sure how to say this without insinuating something. A lot like you.
Pretty. Is it?
Yes.
Despair stops.
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
I don't mean to alarm you, but that's why some of the little ones have not taken so closely to you as the rest. We know you're not one of them, but you can understand our fear. You were the first one to break past the top. You are the first face that they saw.
You do not need
We
to
were almost sure that-
apologize. She says in a very, very, very serious tone. Where are they right now? Where is your original? She's shaking. Where
Well,
is
they
your
come and
original
go.
home?
We live on the outskirts of Theramore. There's a nice deep forest right outside.
We are going to take
Maybe
you
a
back.
couple miles away from the gates.
Okay. We need to get you guys to the inn as fast as possible, and then we are going there. She looks visibly angry.
Who is we?
Me and the party.
I don't suggest that you start trouble
I
with them.
do not care.
He
Everyone
kind of
doesn't
lurches
suggest
back.
anything.
They are going to die.
You and your bloodthirst.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just looks worried.
He sort of looks over at Despair. Is everything alright, Despair?
I will
You hear,
explain more
Oh, are we
later.
back here? Okay, gotcha.
You hear one of the Kenku kind of lean into the Tabaxi man. Look like her. Look like her. And it's pointing. And he just kind of like shuffles it like, shh, go back. And he walks away. But they all seem to be murmuring. And They don't. They seem to be worrying about the way that you're reacting, I guess.
My people seem to think you have some sort of connection just from your reaction. I apologize.
It is
But I
not
told
your
them
fault.
just-
It is never your fault. In this situation, none of this was your fault. Come with us and you'll be safe from these low-lifers, she says with
Why?
almost a bitterness in her voice.
Thank you. Listen, guys. She is not one of. I know what you think. I know what she looks like. But we have to understand she is helping us just like the rest of them. Okay, so do not say that anymore.
And the Kenku kind of quiet down a little bit, and they're just chirping.
If we are indeed all back, I would like to ask the Kenku his name.
My name is Daigon.
Daigon? Like Daigon?
Thigon.
So that's Tabaxi, right?
Yes. Daigon. Gotcha. Alright. It's lovely to meet you. We will do our best to deal with the invaders, whether it be drive them off or eliminate them if need be, but whatever the case may be, we will protect you. You've done us a service, and we'll do a service in kind.
We've hardly done anything in comparison what you've done to us. We are in your debt.
I hate this voice.
Go easy, man. Don't hurt yourself.
Are we there
Um,
yet?
Yeah. Y'all.
Alright, so Despair will lead them inside, and she will just say to Persephone, these people are refugees, give them rooms, and then she just leaves.
I mean,
Okay.
I offer my room. It's not
Uh,
much, but it will do for
Oh.
now.
She looks at the
We haven't
Looks.
really friend.
30
Look.
people.
Looks?
Yes, she moves her head over there. Okay, she's still jacked.
We're always gonna bug you about that.
I know.
She's listening to the many chirping voices.
Yeah, she can tell that it's a. I mean, you guys just walked in with like 30 people.
I will lean over and say to Persephone, Aces in my room should be fine. Jace, I think, would be more than willing to help as well.
He's very
Yeah.
confused why his room is gone now, but he doesn't say anything.
She
Yeah,
has
they
her
can- they
eyes
can-
just like
I'm
Oh,
voluntelling
my
you.
God. She has her like her mouth just like open in this like kind of shocked expression, I guess. You want? I don't. You want 2 rooms?
I slide 10 gold over. No, 20 gold. I slide 20 gold over.
Yes, they can use my room as well. Perhaps maybe I could just sleep on the floor at your place, Persephone.
Okay. Is she just
30
kind of like
people,
taking the
3
gold?
rooms. 10 people per room. We should be fine.
Okay.
Especially since
It'll
they're
be
small.
tight. But
Who
we'll
exactly
manage.
are these people?
They're friends.
They're birds.
Friends.
Birds.
Friends. Friends.
Oh, all
Friends.
birds.
Friends. You just hear like them all repeating you, like just chirping the word friends. As she takes like one big step.
People we're trying to help.
Help! 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 And she just pockets the gold. I'm not so sure about this.
It will only be for a few days, I promise.
Maybe in only an hour. Despair's comment.
Despair, please.
That only adds to her confusion.
It takes 2
okay.
days to get there.
Despair, please. Time will tell.
Time will tell that those.
You and Jace and your need for shortcuts.
I am going with the flow.
Oh, holy shit. Anyway, I distribute the other 60 gold to the other 3 of you, so you get 20 gold apiece. I used my entire share.
Alright.
20 gold.
She's just kind of like nervously like, "Okay, it's okay, and she's like trying to like corral them into the rooms. As some of them are just like repeating random words that seem to have no like they're trying to communicate with her, but she's just like terrified, trying to take care of these like baby Kenku.
I'll
And
lean
I
over
know.
to I'll lean over to Tygon and say, Please do your best to keep them organized while we make the preparations. It shouldn't be more than a week.
I will do my best, but please understand, they are not used to this.
Of course not. And I do apologize for the condition of the lodging, but it is only temporary.
It is more than what we had. We appreciate everything.
Despair,
Yes.
could you please remove the wolves from the rooms?
She will
Excuse me?
immediately do that.
What did you just say?
We have some pet wolves. We're going to keep them out of the rooms, don't worry.
Did you say wolves? I thought
Is
those
this
were like
Persephone?
yes. I thought those were like dogs.
They are dogs. They're just very large dogs.
How large?
I can't really show you.
She shakes her head. Okay, never mind.
It's no larger than an owlbear, I guarantee you. Which, by the way, Despair.
What?
Owlbear is pretty tiny. They are much larger than an owlbear. Are you lying to her intentionally, or?
I mean, she can't see.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it'll work. She hasn't really
Fucking
had anything to do with
Timberwolves. They're
them.
like, she's that guy, no?
Yeah, she doesn't like dogs, so she hasn't been anywhere near them enough to know.
I will lean over and say, don't worry, we'll keep them far away from you.
Okay.
We'll
And
keep them to
Tal-
the stables for now.
Tygon is like, okay. Well,
We're
thank
outside.
you.
Despair has
everything.
the wolf boys, and she will put them in her room.
Okay.
And then she goes back downstairs, and then she will immediately go and leave.
Are you, like, leaving without telling us, or sneaking, or what?
No,
what's happening?
she's just like, she walks past everyone, like, it's basically pretty obvious that she wants to go and, like, deal with this now. Like,
Yeah, we
now.
got that. We got that. It would still take 2 days to spare. Can you
I don't
keep your
care if
murder
it takes.
butter in your pants for a while?
I don't care if it takes 2 days. If it takes 2 days, it takes 2 days. We are going.
We are erect with rage! Murder butters for all.
Let it please let's
we
just
do have-
go.
We have some pressing matters.
This
and
is more
we have a
pressing than
vessel.
this.
The aboleth killing dozens of fishermen?
There hasn't been. She just
I'm
growls.
not
We
going to
have-
deny I don't want to fight the aboleth. If I have to be perfectly honest, I would rather deal with
We have 6
the
days.
tieflings.
We have 6 days before I have to get the money in. We have time.
This is my concern. If we waste 4 days on the road, we only have 2 days to kill the aboleth. I don't know if we're even going to succeed against the aboleth. And we need 500 gold by the end of the week.
We have time.
Despair? They're not going anywhere. They've clearly made a camp. They will stay there a while. I understand you have personal feelings toward this, but please.
Despair
Please.
has her fists balled and she's shaking. And she just looks down at the ground. Like she's continuing to shake. And she's just gonna say, "We are going to kill this aboleth then."
Zephyr slings an arm around her shoulder and says, I know. Soon.
As
Despair
in right
takes
now, let's go.
Despair takes a very shaky hand and she places it gently on his shoulder and she just says, "Thank you for being here." And then she goes.
I'm the one that's trailing behind everyone, and as everyone begins to leave leave earshot of me, I'm just going to say under my breath, apologize. I should have said, mad, the lot of them.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Well, all right. Thank you, everybody. For
Everyone
watching.
either wants to get killed by fucking tiefling barbarians, or they want to get killed by aboleths. Can't you guys make safe decisions? Can't we plan things carefully?
No.
Jeez, Zephyr just wants to read a fucking book.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this week's
Thank you for watching!
of Dungeons and Danielle Brigoli. I'll see you guys next week.
That's a new one.
Bye.
bye.